What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we are here for the third game of this World Cup qualifying window. Canada's at home. They're taking on El Salvador, and we're all pretty excited for it. We're about 30-ish minutes away from kickoff. The starting lineups are out, so we'll address that. We'll take a look at El Salvador's as well. Chat with you guys, maybe talk a little bit of Davies, because his name has come up a couple times, but it should be a fun night, guys. So if you guys are excited, be sure to drop a like, say hello in the chat, and let's get this thing going with the first comment coming in from a member on the channel. It is Kelly. He says he's excited. He says that, actually I can't see the top one anymore, but I know that he's excited because it's covered by the poll. But Kelly, welcome, my man. Hope you're doing well. I believe, Kelly, you went to the last game, I think, if I remember correctly. Or no, you're watching a football. I think you're watching the football game. I can't remember. Either way, Kelly's doing good today. Canada win today. To be honest, for me, this is the U.S. performance. England drew to Poland. I haven't even checked any other scores today. I was busy all day, so I'll have to take a look at that. But apparently, England drew to Poland, which, I mean, they can afford to drop points. They'll be all right. Extra time equalizer from Lewandowski. Canada should be a point. We're hoping for more. In my opinion, this has to be a 3-point kind of game. It really has to be. I mean, you originally lost basically 2 points if you really want to look at it. You lost 2 points at home to Honduras, but you gained a point back against the States. So I said the minimum or the goal should have been 6 in this window if we want to really compete for that third place. I will be all right with 5. If we can get a win at home, which you need to do. I'm not the first one who's said it. I'm not going to be the last. You need to win your home games, and you need to steal points on the road. That is how you qualify for the World Cup in the CONCACAF qualifiers, and we kind of did a little bit of both so far. So this is a vital game, and it'll be very interesting to see how we are doing today. Michael's tuning in, says, "Good evening, Josh. What channel is showing the match today?" So it would be One Soccer if you guys have One Soccer, and if you don't, it's Sportsnet. So if you don't have either one of those, I'm not sure how to help. But hopefully I do. John, Canada earned a point against the U.S. match. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Hopefully Canada wins today. I'm hoping so too. Obviously, you guys have probably heard by now, Davies is not playing. That is probably one of the biggest blows you're going to find. A little nerve-wracking to see what happens. I desperately hope that someone like Buchanan today, he's going to be, who I'm going to have an eye on and hopefully step up for that, because we've seen already through the opening games how important Davies is. Not only from what he does on the pitch, but seriously just of how important he is to this team and what he can create out of absolutely nothing. We just gained a member on the channel. My boy British Empire joins the members. Cheers, my man. Hope you're doing well today. And yeah, great way to help support the channel. I really appreciate it. Canada should be at 6 points now, but 5 would be okay. 5 would be definitely okay, man. It absolutely would, but we need to, man. So if you guys are excited today, be sure to drop a like on the, I'll say 50. 50 will be our like before kickoff starts. You guys killed it last time, so hopefully we can nail it one more time here. Davies has to perform today, or David has to perform today without Davies in the lineup. Yeah, so let's bring up the lineup. Let's bring up the lineup and take a look at it, because there are a few interesting things to address in this lineup. It was very similar to the one I predicted. I'll go over when it's up on the screen for you guys. Some of the pieces that didn't actually make it into the squad for me today. Canada needs to win a very good away point against the U.S. Very true, Michael. It is very true. Nothing but 3 points, in my opinion, is good enough today. Now, I predicted us lining up in a 3-5-2. The only exception to what you guys see is I had Atakubi at left wing back over Larea, and I had Laren up front instead of Hoylett, even though odds were that Hoylett was gonna start. So this is the starting 11. It, as we know, can kind of be altered, and I'll talk about that in a sec, but this is how I assume it is going to line up to get things going. So in net, Borjan, no big surprises. One of a few people to play all 3 games. Right wing back, it could be Larea on the right. It could be Buchanan. I'm going to put Buchanan on there for now. Right outside center back, another one to play all 3 games, and like I said, it was an absolute must. It's Alistair Johnson. No one else on this team can play that role. Central center back is Vittoria, which he came back in for Henry, who had a really good game, in my opinion, against the States. Miller's back in, who, I mean, Kennedy didn't have that strong of a game, so that makes a lot of sense. It is Larea at left wing back. The 2 center, oh, I think we're freezing a little bit. We okay? We're good? All right. Sorry about that, guys. We had a little freeze there, but I think we're good. Our 3 center mids today is it's because we didn't connect. That's all right. All right. 3 center mids today is Eustachio, Hutch, and Osorio, which is the 3 I was really convinced that was going to happen. I mean, I really wanted to see Eustachio start. I had a feeling maybe it was going to be K, if not, but Eustachio got the nod. Him, Johnston, and Borjan are the only 3 players to start all 3 games. And fantastic. Really, really incredible for an outfield player. Hutch is back in, which is fantastic, which then allows Osorio to go a little bit in front of him. And then the 2 strikers up front, it's David and Hoylett. So Laren was giving a little bit of rest. David's up front, needs to have a big game today. Laren has been so important in front of goal, especially when David hasn't been overly playing that well in the opening 2 games. But with Hoylett, I'm expecting a little bit more out of him today. And like I said, it could be played potentially even in a 4-3-3. If you slide Johnston to right back, you could have Vittoria, Miller, Larea at left back. The same 3 center mids. Hoylett on one wing, Buchanan on the left, and David up front. So it could be playing a few different formations, but that's how I'm expecting it to line up today. Matty D's tuned in, says, hi Josh, how you doing? Matty D, another member here on the channel, along with Catalina, says, hi Josh, I'm glad that you and I are ready to both watch Canada and Mexico dazzle the crowd. A 5-star magic show starring our lead, me and you. Catalina, you and I. British Empire says, hey Josh, how you doing, my man? I appreciate you becoming a member. Means a lot. Canada should be at a point. Terrible penalty call versus Honduras. Ooh. Are you talking about your penalty or my penalty? But either way, Davies injured or scheduled rest. My assumption, guys, is that it's precautionary. I think if Davies and the Canadian men's national team really wanted to, Davies probably could have played today. However, like you guys know, he is a player of Bayern. He picked up a knock. John Herdman has to be very smart in how he wants to handle this. And I personally think he did the right thing. That's why when I put my prediction video in, or put my prediction up on Twitter, I really didn't see any way that he was actually going to start. It was the right move from John Herdman, and unfortunately, we're going to have to see what this team's made of without Davies. But the good thing is that we've done it before without Davies. We have. Now, I mean, we've seen what we can do in the Gold Cup. A lot of these players are going to have to step up, and I'm really going to be looking at Buchanan and David today in this game, because I don't think they've had the best window so far. What's up, Josh? Hoping Canada win today. We'll see how Canada can perform without Davies. You're spot on, man. A lot of eyes got to be on Buchanan. I think he relishes that opportunity. We saw it in the Gold Cup, and I think and hope we're going to see it here. It's his game. It really is. Someone's got to take it by the scruff of their neck and get us 3 points. I think Larea can do against El Salvador what Davies did versus the U.S. You're going for Larea. I mean, Larea, he is very good at going forward. I just don't know if Larea possesses the type of magic that Davies did or what Buchanan can come up with. But Larea is going to have a good game as well, regardless of where he is going to end up playing on the pitch. Do you think Henry should have started? I wouldn't have been against it. I don't have a massive preference between the two. Usually, in my opinion, Vittoria can be a little bit more consistent. But Henry had a really, really strong outing against the U.S., so either way, it didn't really matter to me that much. But I can see your point why someone may or may not have wanted Henry to start. Is El Salvador missing anyone important? So I haven't looked at El Salvador starting 11 yet, but I am going to take a look over at it now. Just a few names for you guys who would probably recognize. Alex Roldan, who is, well, he wasn't American. He just obviously went over and he's been playing with El Salvador since the Gold Cup. He's been pretty solid addition to them. Zavaleta, the TFC boy at the back. So it looks like a pretty strong El Salvador squad. And just for you guys out there to note, El Salvador has drew 2 games and they have not conceded a goal yet. So taking on Honduras, taking on the States, yes, they haven't scored one either, drew both, but they have not conceded. So that is something pretty important to note. And without someone like Alphonso Davies, like I said, a lot of the pressure is going to have to fall to some other key players on this Canadian team to try to break down this El Salvador team and let them concede their first goal. The CONCACAF Octagon puts team under pressure. It makes teams rotating too much that can distrust the flow of chemistry. It's a very fair point. He's fast and he's rested with a few days now. Very true. Very true. Let's go, boys. We are back. It's working well, guys. Who even thinks El Salvador can score versus Canada? It'll be looking at how El Salvador has played so far, they're gonna defend for their lives, and I mean, you can ask some question marks of whether El Salvador have it in them to actually score a goal, but you gotta have to definitely give them credit where credit's due, and that's that they can defend and they know how to defend, and it's gonna make it very tricky for the Canadian men's national team to break down. But I said it again. I said it against Honduras, but it's even more important now against El Salvador. This is a must win. This is a 3-point game, no questions asked, and we gotta hope that Canada can get some done, man. Ian says who's home. It is at Toronto, so it is at BMO Field. So Toronto is the location for today. Canada's the home team, which makes these 3 points vital. I think Mexico and the U.S., both strong, proven teams in the CONCACAF, will qualify, so the third automatic spot is up for grabs. The worst case scenario is that we would finish fourth and have to go to the playoffs. That is true. Going to the playoffs is a very dangerous thing, though. You don't know who you're going to get matched up against, and it could make it a lot more challenging. I think this Canadian teams should be the goal for third. We'll have to wait and see. I predicted David goal. Would not be against that. We got a donation on the channel from a member, my boy Kelly. Reply of yeet yeet on Sun night post-match. Replay of yeet yeet. Yeet yeet. Yeet yeet. Good, Kelly. I'm glad that I got the smiles out of you. Yeet yeet. I haven't seen Yeet yeet yet. Hopefully he'll come in. We've been on friendlier terms. He's been to most, but hopefully he'll tune in. But I appreciate the super chat, Kelly. Cheers, my man. Hope you enjoyed the game tonight. Canada are the kings of CONCACAF from Fact Checker. Whew. Some bold statement, man. The U.S. men's national team's not gonna like that. To be fair, they are. U.S. men's national team are the kings right now, but the Kings have a lot of question marks, man. They got some issues going on in their camp right now, not only with the performances, but with the off-field shenanigans, sending Weston. I don't know. A lot of stuff going out there. I got to see it every day, and yeah, they're going to need to figure it out. I see a New England Revs logo coming in. Buchanan hat-trick, in my opinion. I like that, man. I like that. Canada want to finish third. Mexico, U.S. probably qualify too based on the fixtures. I'm thinking so. Oh, there's Yeet. You're bragging about a draw when we didn't have 3 of our best players. Yeah, I mean, that's your fault, though. Weston not being there is your fault, but no. Yeet, hope you're doing well. But yeah, I mean, the draw is more important for Canada than it was the States. You guys were the home team. It's as simple as that. It doesn't really matter who you take on. Same as Honduras. Honduras have every right to brag about that point they took from us. Same as we have every right to brag about the point we took from you guys, because it's a lost couple points for the U.S. That's a fact. But yes, I know the midfield that you guys ended up putting out was favorable, and Greg's substitution decisions really helped as well. So can't look anyone but in the mirror, my man. But Yeet, I hope you're doing well. 2-0 Canada, and Alphonso Davies will score. It'd be really impressive if Alphonso would score, but he's not playing today, unfortunately for us. So we're going to have to look elsewhere. I see a couple names that are going around in the chat, looking at David, looking at Buchanan. I think it's fair. Let's face it, in the last 2 games, we started very weak and predictable. I hope that we can have more heart and be angry to win and get the win we need. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, and I like the lineup. I really do think, and I really do hope it's lined up like it is on screen. I think that 3-man midfield will be important. You got that little bit of creativity with Osorio. I'm questioning what Hoylett's main role will be with Osorio going up, but I mean, I know that he can get involved playing in the top 2. I'm waiting to hopefully see David being able to get a little bit productive. And then, of course, my boy Buchanan needs to have a good game today. All right, we're going to show that. Kelly says 3. Laughing, Yeet, McKenny was at fault. Yes, he was. Hope you guys draw this one as well. I desperately hope not. If we draw tonight, I will be pretty disappointed. But if you guys are just tuning in, be sure to drop a like. We set a goal for 50 likes before the game gets started, and you guys are well on your way. So I appreciate the support early on this stream. Dave says, go Canada. Hope they get 3 points tonight. Hope for a good atmosphere. I hope so as well, man. I think it's going to be a good atmosphere. El Salvador have some really good obvious holes in their defense. The U.S. just played horrible in that game. They did. I mean, I genuinely feel confident. I want to see how you guys are feeling. So let's get some predictions, guys. Toss in your predictions right now. How do you see this game playing out? Because for me, this, like I said, this is a must win. I do think El Salvador deserves a lot of respect. I think they had a really good Gold Cup. I think they've had 2 really good games so far. In that U.S. game, one of our viewers just made a really good point. I think it was more U.S. throwing those 2 points away than it was El Salvador earning them, but they haven't conceded a goal in 2 games. That's the facts. And we need to break it down. I think it'll be tough. I'm going to put 2-0 for Canada, will be my prediction. Maybe even 1-0. I think it'll be a tight affair. How many teams in CONCACAF go to the World Cup? 3 automatically qualify. That was what Kelly was saying. But a 4th could qualify through the interconfederational playoff. We got a friend from El Salvador, and I wish y'all the best of luck. Well, I appreciate that, man. Hopefully you'll tune in and enjoy us throughout the stream. It's very cool having someone from El Salvador in the chat, but good luck to you as well. You guys have, in my opinion, come a long way. I think a lot of people writ off El Salvador very quickly, and you guys have shown that no matter what, it's not going to be an easy time to try to get points off of El Salvador. The crown isn't really fitting very well. If you want to take it off, I'm okay with that. Yeah, gotta take the crown off the States. Canada acting like the draw is us. When they didn't have all of their players, Des went down in the middle. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, man, Des going off for you guys was probably a blessing in disguise. I hope he's okay. I don't hopefully he's not injured, but Des was having a horrible game. He was not put in a proper position to be successful, in my opinion. I think, yeah, I mean, I think Canada got every right to brag about that draw, and every U.S. fan should be upset about it. I think that's fair. I don't usually think I don't think I've talked to a U.S. Most U.S. Viewers have reached out to me and said congrats on the point, and then something rude about Greg, and that's been the tone of how you guys have reached out to me, and I think that's a totally fair tone. Buchanan is winning the game for Canada, in my opinion. Real Name keeps nailing it with these predictions. I'm digging it. We got a prediction coming in, 2-0 for me. 4-0. Davies comes back from Jimmy and scores all 3. Oh, Sir Duck, I like that one. I like that one. Hey Josh, mainstream media like ESPN say the Canadian or the U.S. men's national team lacks grit and have big egos. Independent media says Greg out. What is your unbiased Canadian opinion on the U.S. men's national team? I think it'd be unbelievably unfair to get rid of Greg. He just won you guys the Nations League. He just won you guys a Gold Cup with his C squad. But the narrative is that there's always been an issue with him. It's not like this is new information. There's been question marks about Greg up until the summer. He pulled 2 rabbits out of his hat, and everyone kind of forgot about that. I don't think the team is playing like they should or like they could, and these 2 results just kind of turn it around. But I would think it'd be very unfair to fire him after what he just did. But the next window would be the breaking point for me. Even maybe if he doesn't get a win against Honduras, because he has to. This team is too good to go 0-3, like no wins out of their first 3 games. But that's my unbiased opinion. And it's also, a lot of it goes down to Greg. Like I said, he played perfectly for Canada to get a draw. When I saw them line up in a 4-3-3, I laughed. When I saw Des lined up against Davies, I laughed. And then seeing how he used his substitutes throughout the game, I laughed. Very, very poor game management, in my opinion, in an unbiased Canadian opinion, and he basically gave us the point is how I looked at it. David has been pretty quiet in the qualifiers for a top player. Marco, you're spot on. David has really disappointed me. Buchanan had a really poor first half in his first game, but I thought he was bright in the second half, and I'm really thinking that this is going to be Buchanan's game tonight. I think it rubbed him the wrong way, the way that he played, because he's better than that. This is someone who's put up 15 goals, and I guess now it was 15 and 16, so now it's 15 and 18, which is an incredible goal-scoring record for the Canadian national team. And David needs to do better, and honestly, Buchanan needs to step it up too. I think those are the 2 players you guys should keep an eye out for tonight, with hopefully a very rock-solid 3-man midfield. I would love to see Canadians qualify. More Canadian players are rising their profiles in the European leagues, playing at high, consistent level as a result of the national side, which is improving. You're spot on. There's a lot of love the U.S. men's national team supporters are throwing to Canada. I always mention it. I don't know if it's the hockey side of me that is a little bit surprising, but I think it's just because when it came to hockey, we were kind of close to each other. We're very close to each other. In soccer, not so much. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, a lot of love is being tossed towards the Canadian men's national teams in the hopes that a lot of Americans hope we actually qualify, which I think is pretty cool to see. It's going to be close, but I have 3-0 victory for Canada with Tejan, Osorio, and David on the score sheet. 2-1 for Canada. I think that's a fair. I'm curious to see where the creativity is going to come. My assumption is if El Salvador is going to be dangerous and are going to cause any type of threat, it's going to come off of mistakes from the Canadian men's national team. That is my opinion as where any chances would come for El Salvador tonight. I'm half American and half... Ooh, Salvadorian. Very cool. So I'm assuming probably you're cheering for El Salvador tonight. To be fair, we've been bragging about our depth the whole summer, and we can't blame players for being out. Yeet. Is the playoff against an Asian 5th place team? Could it be Japan? I had a couple people reach out to me. It's going to be potentially like New Zealand, someone from the AFC. So yeah, it could be Australia, Japan, Saudi Arabia, or someone from CONMEBOL, which could be Colombia, Ecuador. I don't know. Let me know if there is it's established who it is. Someone said it could be New Zealand, which out of the 3 would be my preferred choice if we finish 4th. Mexico are missing some key European players too. Clubs need these players for European club competitions and is arguably more important. Yeah, and guys, in case anyone's wondering why Davies isn't there, that's the exact reason. It's a risk. It was a risk to play him. He's picked up a knock. Bayern probably reached out and said, please do not play him. He's not fully fit. It wasn't very unsurprising in my opinion that he wasn't going to be there, but it's a shame. It's a shame, but we're going to see who can step up tonight. Also, Des was better than Yedlin. Des won some of the battles. I didn't think either one performed overly that well, but they're not known for their defensive abilities, honestly. That's not what Des or Yedlin are really known for. Yeah, 100% F Greg. Hot take, Atiba Hutchinson will play in the 2030 World Cup. I don't know if he'll play in it. Maybe he'll be in the coaching staff. Kelly says 2-1. Some nail-biting boys. Keep faith. It's so important, guys. I can't reiterate that fact. 3 points, and if not, it's simply not good enough. You think they'd mix up the wingbacks, Leray on the right, Buchanan on the left? They very well could. And they could start off right from the get-go with Leray as a right wingback, Buchanan left wingback, which, I mean, allowing Buchanan to play on the left gives him the opportunity to cut in on his right. We've seen him do that or try to do that in the Honduras game where he failed and had a very poor game, but we've seen him do it to succession in the Gold Cup. So I think there'll be a good debate of whether he'll play on the right or the left. I just happen to throw him up on the right for now, and we'll have to see, guys. But the boys are just coming out on the field now. We're at 45 likes. I set a goal, or at 41 likes. I set a goal for 50. See if you guys can knock us to 50 before the game start, and you'd be successful with the goal. I appreciate it. And also subscribe if you guys are new. And say hello in the chat. If you guys are new to the channel, say hi, Josh. I'm new. I think Canada's going to win. And then I will say you're right. 1-1 or 0-0. El Salvador on paper don't look strong, but they're very, very solid. Kyle, that's not an unrealistic bet. Bums me out a little bit, but I get it. What team do you support in the CPL? That one. Forge, my man. Roldan must be watched. He should. That's where some of the creativity could happen as well. El Salvador got a couple players that I'm just gonna try to find. Moreno is one who I know plays for New Mexico. He's wearing the number 10 shirt. I'm a little familiar with him. He didn't start. I don't think he started either one of the games, but he'll be one of the creative pieces to this team in the midfield. I'm very familiar with Savaleta. I mean, most of us probably are. They got a little bit of depth on the bench. Regis, their main striker isn't starting, which, I mean, perfect. He's where a lot of the threat. He had a really good Gold Cup as well. So El Salvador not having, and anyone who's watching who's a fan of El Salvador, let us know if the starting 11 was exactly what you expected. Having one of your big guns not start up front was nothing but a good news for us Canadians. But as a Mexican fan, I'm glad US and Canada are building a good future for themselves, making our region more competitive, and I think Canada will make the World Cup. Marco, I like you, my man. It's very well said. A better CONCACAF is better for everyone in the CONCACAF. It's just a fact. It absolutely is. From the US fan, love watching the new CPL, especially when it's beats the big teams like Vancouver. That's very true. Forgot the name. It was Pacific. There was a little rivalry there, but yep, it was very, very cool. or in the Canadian Championship. I'm not sure which one you forgot, but it's a very fun league to watch. It is. And I've been lucky enough to be able to work a little bit with Forge FC as well as York. Well, it was York 9 at the time when I was working with them. But yeah, really good for Canadian soccer, 100%. I don't think Canada will win tonight. I don't know if El Salvador is good or Greg is bad. Or I think Canada will win tonight. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do. I'm an American. I cheer for Canada in soccer, but always cheer against them in hockey because they are so good. I understand you, William. I understand you. And yeah, and for me, I'd like to see the U.S. qualify for the World Cup. I would. When we take you guys on in the World Juniors in hockey, I don't wish anything good for the States. Probably like you guys don't wish anything good for us in the World Juniors as well. But given the World Cup is in Asia, they may have 5 teams automatically qualify, so it could as well be New Zealand. That is very true. That is very true. Do you think Serginho Dest, being born and raised in the Netherlands and playing in Europe his whole career, doesn't help him when it comes to these central? That's an excellent point, and I absolutely agree. I think Dest, when he impressed me watching for the States in the CONCACAF so far, is his ability to run with the ball. You can see he has different technique that you had to go through a different system, a different academy to get, because he glides with the ball, in my opinion, really well. He does well to pick out a pass. The aggression, I don't know if he's quite up to standard, especially when it comes to the CONCACAF. And also, he had to go up against Alphonso Davies, so I mean, it wasn't the best look for him. But yeah, I think that's an absolutely valid point, and you see it. Enjoy the first 45, ladies and gents. Destroying Dest and scoring 0 goals. Set up. I mean, he really destroyed Yellow to set up the drawing goal. But all right, guys, we're about to get this thing started. You guys got a couple minutes to get us to 50 likes. Just a couple. I know. I know. I said it. It was a rough goal. We're very close. He flicked Dest and bodied him to the ground and made Reyna slip fall. It would be so sick if Canada, Mexico, US all finished top 3. I agree. I agree with that. Look at Antonio. He got washed by Panama in the first game. Yeah, guys. I don't know if I have been live to talk to you guys about that, but what a upset for the Panama squad there, taking on Jamaica and throttling them 3-0, man. I had to laugh. Because I heard a lot of things saying like Michel Antonio was going to be the #1 striker in CONCACAF, and the disrespect to not only Jonathan David, but especially Raul Jimenez was, in my opinion, huge. I think Antonio's going to be a great striker, one of the best, but he hasn't played a single game, let alone done it one single time for the Jamaican men's national team. And his first game was quite questionable, guys. So, I don't know. Let me know if you guys were surprised with the 3-0 win for Panama, because I certainly was. And yeah, we're about to get this thing started, guys. So one last time, if you're just joining in, drop a like. Let's get this thing going. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and put your predictions in. We've got a lot of them. I'm going to say the average prediction was a 2-1, 2-0 win for Canada, and I respect it. I'm a U.S. men's national team fan, but if we keep Belhalter, I'm switching. Well, you can come on over to the Canucks, my man. We're very polite over here, despite what Tactical Manager says. I am surprised that Canada... Oh, Michael, that one got taken away as I was reading it. If Canada finishes first, you will do a little dance. You guys want to see me dance? If we finish first, I absolutely will do a dance. I don't know if 100% it would look good, but yeah, I'll hold you that. But kickoff has started, guys. We're at home, taking on El Salvador. And let's get this thing going. I hope you guys are excited. Nothing but 3 points, in my opinion, is good enough. Walking away with 5 points, a draw against the States, getting our first win in the Ocho. It's important, man. It's important. Hope you guys are excited. Not shocking considering Jamaica team doesn't have chemistry. That is very true. Still, 3-0 at home. I mean, they just didn't do anything right. Not the little things, nothing in the game. There was no chemistry. It looked like a bunch of people who didn't play together. And that's exactly what it was. But I mean, they do have some talent in that team. They absolutely have some talent in that team. But yeah, Jamaica, they just looked so poor against Panama. It was quite wild, man. On paper, Jamaica should be a top 3 squad, but their coach and federation won't reach anymore, and they have problems, more problems than the U.S. Yeah, JD speaks really well about some of the issues that are going on with the Jamaican team, But I still think, man, it was a shocker to lose 3-0 at home to Panama. Like, that's a result that just sticks out. The second I looked at it, no disrespect to Panama, but again, similar to El Salvador, a lot of people were kind of putting them towards the bottom, and honestly, a lot of people, because of the talent of Jamaica, was putting them up top. And I just thought it was an eye-opener. It's seriously CONCACAF. It's exactly what it is. And that's why every point is important, and you need to win your home game. So let's see what the Canadians can do today. Poor ball there from Jonathan David. Hutchinson still playing. Legend. Haha, Steph, how you doing, my man? My little Dortmund connection there. Hope you're doing well. He kicks my butt every once in a while in FIFA, but I mean, I still like him. Still really enjoy him. But yes, Hutch is playing. He's actually on the pitch today. He's played in all 3 games this window, started 2 of them, and is our skipper. So really important to see Hutch back in today, and hoping he can perform. I'm surprised that Canada did not call up Sheffield United. Daniel Jepson, 18 years old. He's played in the England youth, but declared for Canada. So he hasn't declared for Canada. He's made it his options open to Canada. I think there's a few teams he's eligible for, but Canada, in my opinion, and I don't know, guys, so just take this for what it is. My assumption is Canada reached out to him. They asked him what he thinks. Would he be interested in a Gold Cup? Would he be interested in this first window of World Cup qualifiers? And my assumption is he said no. I haven't made my decision yet and want to see how he progresses, because England is still an option for him. So he's definitely on the Canadian national team radar. Whether he commits or not is to be determined. But he definitely has not committed to Canada yet. Panama comes back to reality tonight versus Mexico, but the 6 points they took this week against better teams helps Canada in the spring. That is very true. Depending if you consider Jamaica a better team, man. Maybe Panama is going to be the ones competing. If Jamaica's out of the conversation, which it's still very early, but their performances so far are going to be iffy. But if they're falling out of the conversation, that just means that there's an opportunity for others to step up. And that's Honduras. I don't know about Costa Rica, but Panama, why not, man? But to my knowledge so far, guys, opening the first 3 or 4 minutes, it does look like it is that 3-5-2. Or maybe 4-4-2. Keep switching back and forth. You gotta keep an eye on Hoylett and Buchanan of how wide they get. Because it could be played in a 4-3-3, or it could be played in a 3-5-2. So we'll have to see. Jefferson has been playing for the U18 England team. That is also true. He actually got called up to their English camp. So that is also very true. But yeah, he definitely hasn't fully committed to either England or Canada yet. Hi Josh, good luck with your team today. Germany won all 3 points. I'm a happy girl. Prost. If I had a beer, Angie, I would absolutely cheers you. But yeah, huge result for Germany. Questionable first game, but they've definitely answered the critics so far. So to the Germans out there, I saw Steph in here. Congratulations to the German men's national team. Obviously, some of you guys know that is where my background comes from. But I am Canadian. It'll be nice to see Dest versus Davies in the Champions League. Yeah. Bayern taking on Barca. I think there's going to be a lot of nervous Barca fans. Oh, nicely done there from Jonathan Osorio. Putting pressure on quickly. And that's what you like to see. It does kind of look actually like we're playing in a 4-3-3, to be honest. But nice movement down there to find Jonathan, to Richie Larea. And that's a quick start. Look at that. Look at that, man. Go, baby. One of you guys mentioned it in the chat. You said something that we absolutely have to do is get to a better start. We've come out sloppy. We've come out lazy. And I said Buchanan. I said David. And my boy Kelly said Richie Larea. This is exactly where this goal just came from, man. 5 minutes in. That's got to cool the nerves. And it all starts from Jonathan Osorio reading a good pass, cutting it off, and another little touch right there, man. I'm giving a lot of credit to Jonathan Osorio on that. Beautiful ball from Richie Larea. Finds the 38-year-old Atiba Hutchinson coming back in, wearing the armband. That's what we needed, man. 5 minutes in. John Herbin loves it. The boys love it, guys. Drop a like, drop a W in this chat. Kelly, you called it. You called a big game for for Richie Larea. But in my opinion, that's what Jonathan Osorio, that is his goal. He had the interception. He had the footballing IQ to read that play, pick up the ball, have a nice little give and go with a perfect little touch to slide in Larea, who then put it in for Hutchinson. And now El Salvador already are looking to be on the ropes, guys. But there we go. Those are some big goals tuning in the stream today. And a perfect freaking start, boys. And girls. Everyone who's in the chat. Eden says big goal. Kelly's got, yeah, we put the angry face. I'm not really sure why the angry face is there, Kelly. Great start, by the way. With nicely done from Buchanan. And like I said, Tajon Buchanan had so much hype around him, which is fair. He had so much hype about him because he had an incredible Gold Cup. He just got a move to Europe. And then he had probably the poorest game I've watched him play in that opening game against Honduras and was ripped out at halftime. He came back and looked a lot better in that second game coming on as a sub, but he's got something between his teeth today. The ball is finding him. He's playing on that right-hand side, and he's just already drawn, I think, 2 or 3 fouls in the opening 7 minutes. It's a good start. It's a really good start, man. Let's hope we keep playing our game. Absolutely. Got a couple, I had a couple predictions that came in at 7-1. Marco said he called 3-1 Canada. We have a good opportunity coming up right now. It is Junior Hoylett over the ball. A free kick led from Buchanan, who did really, really good down that right-hand side. But yeah, excellent start, guys. Excellent start. I want to see Canada get showered with love from me and Mexico, by the way. Fast first goal from Catalina. Now let's kill him off. Free kick coming in here, 8 minutes in. It is Junior Hoylett over it. Probably looking for the head of Victoria. It's a deep, that's a poor ball. That's a poor ball. Poor ball from Junior Hoylett there. A little too deep. Eustachio can hit those. A lot of you guys who've been watching a little bit of our set pieces that come from free kicks know that Eustachio likes to hit him deep. Real deep towards the back post. It's usually someone like Victoria gets a head on it, puts it back across goal for someone to hit on target. I'm assuming that's what Hoylett was trying to do, but did not get the execution that Eustachio usually does. But already a little stomp there from Roldan on Buchanan, who once again, I'm pretty sure, like I said, this is, I think, his 4th foul. We've seen Davies have to go through this when he took on Haiti, and we're seeing a little bit of it already. Being fouled 4 times in the opening 9 minutes is challenging on a player. But there's a little heat coming up, and Richie Larea does not like it, and that's some of the passion you like with this Canadian men's national team. You can't take the Canadian out of them. That little mean hockey vibe to us. Pressure, but foot on the gas. Absolutely, my man. Is El Salvador any good? I don't know how to like they're oh, that was a, yeah, he did get stomped on a little bit, but they're a good squad. They're a good squad in the CONCACAF. They're tricky, they're stubborn, they're getting better in my opinion. They had a really, like I said, they had a really positive Gold Cup. In my opinion, at home, Canada should be favorites, and we've answered already 5 minutes in, but you can't take them lightly. And the fact that we, after 2 games, they haven't scored, we scored 5 minutes in, is a really positive start for Canada. Really positive start. But we have another free kick coming in. Looked like a nice ball to Victoria, to Tajon Buchanan. Hey! Let's go, baby! And it's Jonathan David. He had a quiet window, like we were saying. And that's exactly, I literally just talked about it. We have a very specific way we do free kicks because Victoria is that good in the air. And I spoke of this, if you were listening 25 seconds ago, you literally heard what I said from free kicks. And we usually find a chance. We really do. Whoever it is, I'm surprised Eustachio didn't take it on. Because Eustachio is good at pinging, but it was Hoylett again. What's he do? Puts it back post. Finds Victoria. Puts it through the middle, like I said. This one was Buchanan who found it well, drilled it across, and it hit off the head of Jonathan David. And who were the 2 players, once again, I said that needed to step up, that needed to have big games? It was Tajon Buchanan, it was Jonathan David. The one scored, assisted directly from the other. What a start for a team that has not conceded in their opening 2 games. Whew, I love this team, boys. I love this team. What a start. 10 minutes in. Foot on the gas is absolutely right. Drawing fouls like crazy too, and it's something that the Canadian national team have done in the past to kind of take any El Salvador chance out of it. They do really, really well with drawing fouls. They're tricky. They're good on the ball. They put their bodies in the right shape. Buchanan, like I've said, has been fouled 4 times already. Larea strategically just put his body in the right position, and you gotta respect it, man. It was a really, really good foul to take, and now we're gonna have to see what El Salvador is made of. I gave them a lot of praise for not conceding a goal in 2 games, and now they conceded 2, but they have not scored a goal in 2 games. So now we're gonna have to see what they're made of. But got a lot of people coming in saying, "Let's go, goal." Kelly loves it. Big goal there. Glad we're playing to their level. As a Borussia Dortmund supporter, how do you feel about Alphonso Davies playing for Bayern and not for BVB? Yeah, he put me in a real awkward position. Obviously, I love Davies because, I mean, he's an inspiration for Canadians. He's, in my opinion, the best player to ever wear the Canadian men's national team jersey. But I mean, I was a Dortmund fan since I was 10, man. So it is what it is. When I wish him individual success at Bayern, obviously, but when it comes to Bayern taking on Dortmund, there's no love lost. As long as Davies doesn't get injured, and hopefully Dortmund win, which we have not done in 6 competitive games. So yeah, I mean, Davies gets the last laugh over me. But yeah, he put me in a real awkward position. One freaking team. But he won a Champions League with them, which again, from the Canadian perspective, is just incredible. This is saucy by the Maple Syrup Squad. I said Davey would score. There you go. Brooks, you nailed it, my man. The country I live in, Canada, has a chance of making World Cup, and the country I am from, Albania, also can make the World Cup. Very cool. Very cool. Interesting. Yeah, Albania's got a pretty strong little team there. They made the Euros a few years ago. Making the World Cup is obviously a next huge step for them. Buchanan will get a move to a European club sooner than later. He is going to Club Brugge in January. I don't know. Not sure if you mean he'll go to a better European team, which I'm hoping eventually he will. But we have another free kick coming up, and let's see. Like I said, we have a clear strategy when it comes to free kicks. We've done it pretty much every time. Watch Steven Vittoria. He's a massive man. He's got very good on the ball. Watch how this free kick goes. It's Hoylett. He's going to be trying to put it deep for Vittoria to cut it back across goal. This one was a little bit different, though. Falls to Tajon Buchanan. A couple big chances there. So that one was a little different. They switched it up this time. Azorio's been really good so far, too, in the opening 14 minutes. Buchanan has been good. He has given the ball away a couple times. But I mean, like I said, he's drawing fouls. He's being involved. You want the ball with his feet. But him taking on players 1v1, he's struggled with a little bit. I now realize that El Salvador will only pick up points at home because if it's their crowd. Rabona TV's tuned in. He didn't swear. He said LFG. The Canadian in him. I respect it. Adrian, how you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well and watching the boys have an excellent start to this game. The perfect start to this game. 10 minutes in, 2 goals. Not only did we answer 2 questions I had before the game, and honestly, a couple questions you viewers brought up. Can they do it off the bat? Can this team come hungry, and throw off any type of cohesion that this El Salvador team got? The answer was yes. On top of that, I said with Davies being out, which is known, 2 players need to step up. David, Buchanan, because both, in my opinion, have been a little below par in this window, and they've both been really promising so far. Okay, 7-1 is starting to look not too unrealistic. Like I say, there's a 7-1 and a 7-2 prediction, which at first I was like, okay, but you never know. Rabona TV's here. You see the Canadian hype train is rolling. He is. He hypes us all up, my man. All we needed is to get Tomori to declare for us. Like I said, man, I've given this speech a lot. I don't know if Tomori is gonna ever be eligible. There's 2 very gray FIFA rules that have been changed that may or may not allow him to be eligible, because one of the gray rules says yes, the other gray rule says no. So I don't personally know, but I do know if he is eligible, it won't be until November of 2022. And on top of that, if he is potentially eligible, I think there's a shot, because he's now playing in Italy, which he's not in the Prem, so there's a strike against you. And on top of that, he's been snubbed consistently, so we can offer him 1, potentially 2 World Cups. You got to think about it if he's eligible. We do notice the short runs and the little pace there from Junior Hoylett. I don't know if anyone else notices that, but Jonathan David does really well there. The boys are relentless, man. Relentless, which is nice to see. Adrian, you're spot on. Really well done there from Junior Hoylett, actually. The footy culture's tuned in. Canada running riot right now. They absolutely are. Rabona TV is Canadian. He is. Very successful YouTuber, Adrian is. And I've been lucky enough to have him come on the channel. And very proud that he gives me his time of day. Because, you know, starstruck with Adrian, aren't we? Tomori is too good. He'll be stuck in limbo. Our squad is arguably top 3-4 in the world. He needs to go to Canada. And that's coming from someone from England. So there you are. But yeah, it's just whether he is eligible or not. And I personally don't know. 2 very gray rules, but man, it'd be unreal if we added Tomori to this back line. But Buchanan is getting absolutely beat up today. He's been, like I said, I'm pretty sure now I'm counting him. Every foul he gets taken on, I'm pretty sure this is now his 5th or 6th foul. And then I don't know if he just took a yellow or not, but he kind of got hit a little bit in the face, and then the El Salvador player flopped, which is just, you know, CONCACAF for you, but I think he picked up a yellow, which isn't a great yellow to take. But is another free kick coming up, and that's, again, we've had, Buchanan did pick up a yellow, but we've had constant free kicks, and we've been taking them very well. Buchanan has just been leading us to huge potential dangerous options from these free kicks, but it is Hoylett once again over the ball. Let's see what he can do here. It's an okay free kick. It was defended relatively easily there, but I mean, the possession so far has been fantastic for Canada. It really has been. Tejan, you can't do that. No, you can't. Skeeting this strong El Salvadorian defense. What do you think Tomori will do if both Canada and Nigeria come for him? If he's eligible, by the way, there are a lot of Nigerians in Europe. Keep that in mind. Yes, he is also eligible for Nigeria. Maybe it's just because I think that he'd prefer Canada over Nigeria, which I absolutely do not know. I'm not worried about Nigeria. The biggest thing for me is I personally think he'd play for Canada. He was born in Canada. If he doesn't or isn't able to play for England, that's what I think. I could be wrong. Nicely done there from Junior Hoylett, though. Oh, he takes one from distance. That's all right. Junior. I don't see Nigeria getting Tomori. Neither do I. All of CONCACAF games are chippy. They are, man. They are. The time wasting for me, it can get me, but I don't mind a little bit of the chippiness. It's just as long as it's taken into consideration that it doesn't go overboard. Because I mean, a yellow right there for Tejan, not ideal. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he picked up a yellow for the penalty he gave away. So if this yellow, I think that means he's suspended the next game, but I could be wrong. It was a nice touch there from Moreno. And easily won back. The 3-man midfield, you can just see the difference. We're winning the ball back left, right, and center. And even adding that 3-man midfield with a little bit of creativity of Jonathan Osorio, who just got fouled there, but, you know. Nigeria is weaker than Canada, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I'd say they're close, but I just think feels more connected, and I could be totally wrong to Canada rather than Nigeria, at least. Do you watch NBA? Just curious. I do not. I've grown up my entire life watching 2 sports. I do not watch baseball, football, like American football. What did I miss? Basketball. It's just, I don't follow them. I follow Being Canadian, you can probably guess them. I mean, from what I'm doing right now, I'm a massive, massive soccer fan. And hockey. Big hockey guy as well. Played both. And in fun fact, those are the only 2 sports I played as well. Except my buddy made me be the kicker of the football team one year. And only the kicker. I didn't want to get hit. I'm a child. Do you see Tomori with the Canadian team? It all depends. If he's eligible, I think he would switch. And I'm being biased, maybe. But I personally do. But it depends. He may not be eligible. And if he's not eligible, there's nothing we can say. Y'all have been spamming the Canadian flag in the comments like the US. Have y'all? I don't know. I think we should, though. If you're cheering on the Canadian national team tonight, guys, spam the chat. We just heard the US did it. So pop in a couple Canadian flags, put them in the chat right now. Show the love for this unbelievable start at home against El Salvador, a start that we desperately needed to pick up these 5 big points. But if you guys are just tuning in as well, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub, and join the community. And because we're Canadian, and I'm seeing a trend going in the chat, put in your Canadian flags, and then also put your hockey team. The Americans can do it as well. Just because, that's something I can relate to. Sorry, Kelly, my man. I don't care about the Jays. I don't. I mean, if you're asking me who I support, and when I say support, if I just read the name who's playing, that's all I know, because I couldn't tell you a player on pretty much any basketball team. Really, I don't know. I just don't know enough about the sports, man. I don't. But I would cheer for the Jays if I went to a Jays game, or the Raptors, because I live close to Toronto. But Patrick says, go Flames. Senators guy myself. And I guess my new Western team, we're gonna give it to Seattle. But I mean, I've been a Senators fan my entire life. Haven't really had a Western team. I did like Vegas, but I don't know. Something about Seattle, man. The Emerald City. I'm curious to see the Kraken, how they do today, or this season. Alistair Johnson has been a rock this qualifying so far. Great fullback. He has, and you guys probably remember back in, I think it was the Gold Cup, where Alistair Johnson was given a rest, and we put Daniel Henry out on our outside right back, and it was a disaster. We play in a back 3. Henry and Victoria have to play through the middle. It's simple as that. Alistair Johnson has been incredible, and in my opinion, him and Eustachio and Borjan, all 3 deserve to play all 3 games, and I'm really happy for Alistair Johnson. A player, in my opinion, who I think could go to Europe. But for you guys who don't know and are interested in the formation that we're actually playing today, I was a little off. I thought we were going to play the 3-5-2. We've actually been playing a 4-3-3 and attacking, and I think was the right move for Herdman to really take the game to El Salvador. It's Borjan and net, Alistair Johnson at right back. It's Victoria and Miller, the 2 center backs. Larea at left back. The 3-man midfield, which I've been calling for the last couple of games, with a little bit of creativity, with Osorio up there alongside Eustachio and Hutch. Hoylett out on the left, Buchanan on the right, and then David through the middle. And they've looked really good. They've looked really, really good so far. They can change in transition if they really wanted to make it a 3-5-2. But I don't know. I like it. 4-3-3s, if you can pull that out for the Canadian national team, you gotta love it, my man. I see a lot of Canadian flags coming in from David. It's things you like to see. We Canadians just aren't flag wavers. Buchanan didn't have to shove him like that. A little aggressive. It's okay, I guess. Yeah, no, it's not a smart yellow. It's not, because like I said, and I don't, correct me guys if you guys have the answers, for the penalty that Buchanan gave away, or if he picked up another yellow card, this would be his second, and he's suspended the next game. Yellow cards accumulate very quickly. We got David, who's a Leafs fan. Makes sense. Every one of my best friends and anyone in particular around me cheers for the Leafs. Not very done there from Larea. Good ball in. But nothing to it from El Salvador, and hums it over the net. Well, I'm not Canadian, but rooting for them anyways. I appreciate it, Angie. Chris is a Golden Knights fan. Got a couple Golden Knights fans coming in. Bruins fan checking in. Can imagine that Canadians might not like that so much, but that's all right. We got a lot of U.S. coming in saying 2-1 for the U.S. over Honduras. They need to, man. Kyle says don't follow hockey as much as American football, but it would be a dumpster fire that I call the Buffalo Sabres. Kraken have 5 players from Saskatchewan. There you go. Yeah, I'll definitely be going for my Western team. I've always wanted to have a Western team. And it's the Seattle Kraken, while Senators being my OG team and my Eastern team. Thoughts on Greg's job security? Ask me after the Honduras game, because if they win the Honduras game plus what he did in the summer, it's safe. If he puts himself in a position where qualification looks very unlikely, I think the pressure will add up. But they're going away, man. Honduras is home tonight, right, guys? U.S. away to Honduras is not going to be an easy game. I'm right? Like, the U.S. away tonight? I think so. They are. So that's not, like, that is not an easy 3 points to pick up. Not a fan. We're going to lose to Honduras. Greg is trash. Maple Leafs, I know who you're cheering for with the Canadians coming in. We got a Stars fan. Just for anyone who's tuning in the chat, I asked a fun question about who your hockey team is, because that's the only other sport that I follow whatsoever. Hockey and soccer, and that's all you need to know about my passions. Josh, would you consider playing for the U.S. in a derby match for Canada, and the U.S. the team you would rather win against than any other team? Yeah. If you're asking in the CONCACAF right now, if I wanted to win against any team, I'd want to win against the States, because it feels important. That point that we picked up, like I said, was huge for the Canadian national team and somewhat catastrophic for the U.S., especially given their first couple games. But nice corner coming in there and goes for a goal kick. Well done from Atiba Hutchinson once again. I see go Hawks. Qatar, here we come. Maple Leafs are everybody's white place. Which hockey team do you support? My favorite team, as long as I've been alive, has been the Ottawa Senators, but I'm going to make it apparent that my Western Conference team is going to be Seattle. But I haven't even watched them play a game yet, so yeah. I've been a Senators fan my entire life. Been some questionable moments. See the Montreal Canadiens coming in. Assumed we had a couple of those ones. 6-0 for Canada. Ooh. Honduras gonna full send over the Canadian or the U.S. men's national team. I'm gonna be intrigued to watch that game tonight, because I forgot that Honduras was home, because that is just not an easy place to go and pick up a point, let alone a win. And the U.S., who were talking about going 9 for 9, pick up 3. It's not good enough. So we're gonna have to wait and see. What's your favorite team, or what's your favorite soccer team? Mine is FC Porto. Mine is Borussia Dortmund. My local team right above that is TFC. And I'm Canadian, if you obviously cannot tell. And we're also sharing hockey, where it's the Senators. So, we're just really getting to know each other. Montreal Canadiens are the only NHL team with a rich culture. Rio, I don't know if that's true. I think you could argue any of the big six have a real rich culture. Did social media ruin it for some? Am I looking at the Leafs? Potentially. The Pepe train is about to take off from the station. Why, is the U.S. men's national team starting 11 up? Josh and I have Borussia Dortmund as our favorite club with the best fan base in the world. Catalina, you're spot on. They're up to 30 minutes, guys. How are we doing so far? Let me know. From 1 to 10, how would you rate this first 30 minutes? Nice ball there from Buchanan to find Junior Hoylett. And again, that's what Hoylett's speed is gone. Let's not get carried away and think that he is still a proper winger. But he is a very technically gifted player. And even there, just very nonchalant on the ball. Did well to find Buchanan. And we just keep winning the ball back. We're making it very hard for El Salvador to do anything. And even when we don't win it back, we draw a foul. We're playing a really good 30 minutes of football. And if I was to give it a rating, realistically, how much better can it get? But I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10. An opening goal, getting your two star players that are on the pitch in the attacking. But actually, it does kind of look like Herdman is doing a little bit of that transition. If you guys remember back to the Honduras game, we defended in a 4-4-2, which is clearly what we're doing today, and we attack in a 3-5-2. But it kind of looks like we're attacking a 3-4-3 maybe. Actually, that's not true. No, it looks like a 3-5-2. Little shot from Osorio and just wide. Eight out of 10 for Canada so far. Getting it done against El Salvador, which clearly lacks depth. Yeah. 8 out of 10. Benfica better than Porto. Oh, there you go. Do you prefer Toronto FC or Forge? I prefer Toronto FC. If they were to take on each other, I was a Toronto FC fan before I was a Forge fan. But in the CPL, like I said, they're my CPL team. But I mean, as we know, they're going to take on Toronto, so I will be cheering on Toronto. Josh, are there any other Canadian players that you could see making an impact playing in Europe in the same way Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies did? It's a good question. I don't know right now if someone can do it quite to their level. Junior Hoylett did well there, though, to draw a yellow card. I don't know. It's a tough question. I think Buchanan's going to have a good career in Europe. I don't know if he's going to hit the heights of David and Davies, but I think he will probably at some point go to a top 5 league. I think Daniel Jepson, if he commits to Canada, has got a bright future. I think hopefully Eustachio can move, but the fact that he didn't move this summer and if he plays this year at Paços de Ferreira, I think that's a missed opportunity for him, considering, like he said, he was linked to someone like Napoli at a point. Porto. He's been still linked to Fenerbahce and Braga. I don't know. I don't know quite yet. I can say for a fact, maybe Buchanan's the closest that will make an impact on a team like Lille, like Bayern Munich, that those two did. But let me know. Let me know if you guys agree. If there's someone who can do something similar to Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies. And remember, Jonathan David just won Ligue 1 over PSG with Neymar and Mbappe and all those types of talents and had an excellent year, while Alphonso Davies has already won everything there pretty much is to football. Watching you in Mexico. Well, keep me up to date, guys, with any of the other games that are going on right now. There's a little water break going on. Hoylett looks like he's going to be okay. Benfica's okay. Sporting and Porto are way better, though. Don't tell Adrian that. El Salvador just lacked the quality because they've had some chances. Canada are just outplaying. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say El Salvador has had any promising. I haven't sat here and been like, oh, that could have been a goal. I do see what you're saying, Kyle. I think 8 to 9 is probably fair, but considering that it's 2-0, there are always little things, but it's a harsh rating, Kyle. But I respect it. I respect it. Special Agent Osorio, yeah. Today Richie Larea is playing well. Yes, he is. African football is growing fast. Interesting. Opinion on the Canada women's Olympic gold. Huge. I did a watch along on the game. Fun enough. Another ball there from Tajon Buchanan, who I was talking about having a big game, and I think still being fouled 6 times and giving Canada that many opportunities to score a goal. I'm not saying he's having an awful game, but he keeps trying to go players 1v1, and it's not working today. I don't know if it's just a little lack of confidence because he struggled the last few games, or maybe it's just because he's on his right and isn't as easy to cut to his left. I'd maybe like to see Buchanan go over to the left-hand side, because I do think he's having an impact on the game, but it's been too many times he's been trying to push it past players or take them on, and he just keeps losing the ball. My favorite team in the CPL is York United, because I live close to York. Very cool, David. I met Jimmy Brennan and went to a practice and did a couple little works when I was a salesman, and did some work with them, so that was pretty cool. How often do you... Oh, Dr. Nike. It's a questionable one. How often do I fart during a live stream? I don't know. Producer T, you got an answer for that one? I don't know, my man. I don't want to creep out any of the viewers here. We're gonna pretend it's nil. Proud Calgary FC is doing so far this season. I'd love to make it to a game. I'm in Calgary, but on the polar opposite side of the city, 65 kilometers away. Damn. Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. I think I want to go to a game soon. Whether it's might be a York 9 game, a York United game. It might be a Forge game, maybe a TFC game. I don't know. I haven't decided. I would like to maybe get to a game. Good on the ball, but shitty defensively. Yep, ready for club soccer to start this weekend. Yeah, I'm excited to get club football back, but I mean, these international windows have never been this exciting in my life. Because Canada has never done anything. Oh, now there's a chance, Kyle. Now there's a chance. That's one that had me off my feet. That would have made things a little bit more nervous. That was a really good look there. Really good turn from Moreno. Like I said, he's a player who plays for New Mexico. He'd be important. Did well with the turn. That just hit off Vitoria, leading to a corner kick. I thought it was closer than it actually was. But it was a good little opportunity there. A little good opportunity. The best opportunity El Salvador has from a nice pass from Zavaleta to find Moreno, who had a really good turn and honestly another good ball. Whew. Whew. Corner coming up. It's a deep one. Picked out actually relatively well, but a little swing and a miss there. I'm from Brazil. Support Canada. Assuming you meant to say let's go. I appreciate it, my friend. I appreciate it. If you guys are just rolling in, be sure to drop a like on this stream. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. It's always appreciated. For everyone who's became a member, donated today, no, I'm very thankful and I appreciate all the support you guys are showing on the channel so far. With we're rolling up to halftime. 2-0 lead for Canada. And a really good opportunity did come towards El Salvador there. Made me a little nervous. First time I actually jumped off my feet. Well, off my ass. But Forge is playing Atletico Ottawa away 0-0. Atletico Ottawa, a very interesting team being bought from Atletico Madrid. A team who I do like in La Liga. And I'm a Senators fan, so I mean, I was very close to being like, you know what, Atletico, you could rule me in, but wasn't quite ready to do it. Panama nearly scoring in the second minute versus Mexico. Well, I kind of want Mexico to win that game. Just let Mexico qualify as easy as possible, get their points, make it easier for Canada. Because Canada, and if Mexico win and Canada win, then I think we're up to second. But Buchanan once again draws another foul. Because our boy has been beaten today. But Dave is tuned in and dropped a donation on the channel. I appreciate that, Dave. Big shout out to you.
I feel like
I really appreciate the super chat, and let's see what Dave has to say. Do you think playing early qualification games really help Canada to gel? I feel like that's a problem with the US team. They're just not gelling. When you say early qualification games, I'm assuming you're referring to the fact that we had to go through other games before. Oh, very poor there from Kamal Miller. Really hope this doesn't bite us in the butt. Okay. And it's the lack of quality. Really, really poor decision there from Miller, who I don't know what he did, just missed the ball. But sorry, Dave, back to your question. After we had a really good ball to Tajon Buchanan, let's see what this pace can do. Oh, he did really, really well there. Trying to go 1v1 once again, and he's just not falling for him today. And ends up just losing the ball. He's drawn so many fouls Tajon has, but just has not been able to do anything going 1v1. But sorry, Dave, once again, back to your super chat, my man. Really appreciate it. And yes, like I said, I'm assuming you're referring to the first couple rounds of qualification matches that we had to play. And they, in my opinion, they absolutely did help us. For a couple of reasons, is that the Canadian men's national team went over a year without playing together. And the last time we fielded a team looked absolutely nothing like it did for the Canadian men's national team we're playing now. On top of that, in my opinion, it's a really nice way to work together, to get together. And when I say that, the first round of qualification, common sense tells you, which it is, it's easier than the second and then the final. And it happened that each one of our games got harder and harder, sort of. We took on Bermuda first. I remember that. Everyone was so excited to get back in to games, and we had a big win. Took on the Cayman Islands, another big win. Took on maybe it wasn't Bermuda. It was a couple teams at the beginning, and whoever it was, they got those first three teams were all relatively easy. It got harder though, And then we had to take on Suriname, which we had some question marks about and throttled them. And then we had Haiti back-to-back, a team that honestly humiliated us in the quarters and was a big upset there. And we took them out 2 legs. Then we had the Gold Cup as well to build on with that original World Cup qualification rounds. And the teams got harder, taking on taking on the States, taking on El Salvador, taking on Mexico. Yes, we only won one of those games, but we were in all of them and arguably definitely should have won the U.S. game and probably could have won the Mexico game. So really good question, Dave. And yeah, I think it helped now to get to the Ocho, where we find Honduras, where we find El Salvador, and of course we find the U.S. once again fully strengthed. You got lucky there, the start times this cycle, because you guys play El Salvador and Honduras away. I assume that you guys will have the late, which are rough to play. Yeah, and they could be. I'm not sure if that's what Dave meant was the later times. I'm assuming Dave meant the other games that we were playing. But if he meant the early times, I don't know. In my opinion, I mean, I think it helps a little bit, but not as much as maybe getting just more game times into these players, making them familiar with each other. This channel is going to eat me so much. Oh, yeet. Hear that, yeet. The last time Canada played together, they looked nothing like this team. You're in trouble. The difference, this Canada better than the U.S. men's national team. Whoa, there you are. But rolling up to halftime, guys. Rolling up to halftime. 2-0. Pretty positive start. Pretty positive game so far. As we see Azoria with the ball. Nice little ball over there to Richie Lorea, who's getting back up in the action. The early rounds of qualifying is what I meant. Yeah. And then, yeah, so I do. For the points I was just talking about, it definitely helped. If you think Davies will play for our home game with Panama, yes. I think Davies will be back for the next window. I think this was a precaution to not keep him in. And I mean, it was probably also agreed with Bayern. So pretty easy there. But halftime's almost coming up, guys. We're playing very, very well. If you guys haven't done so yet, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you guys are new. Say hello in the chat and let me know your thoughts on this opening half so far, as we have another dangerous free kick coming up. This time it is Eustachio sitting over it. See if he's going to go long again. You see Vittoria staying on his own. Zavaleta's got the job to take him on. He puts it deep, but Vittoria kind of taken down there. But nothing given. I'm talking about the live streams. You're going to need some Red Bull. Yeah, Kyle, no, you're spot on. You're spot on. I think we have done a 10 o'clock game before. I kind of remember Producer T leaving at like almost close to 1 o'clock. But yes, I will be tired. I hope they stay at these 7 o'clock games, but I'm assuming I got lucky for this window. John Bamford saying that the Canada is better than the U.S. men's national team. You heard it here first. I think some big question marks are going to be asked towards the U.S. tonight and how they're going to do against Honduras, man, because that's a tough place to go. And I'm concerned for them. I don't know how confident I am with them taking all 3. And I'm really curious of seeing what it'll mean to Greg if they don't get the win. But there's 1 extra minute here before halftime, guys. Do you guys want to do player ratings during halftime? Put a W or an N in the chat. On some of our watch-alongs, the chat tends to like that. I'll put a name, 1 to 10. Give me a rating, and we'll go through the players. If not, we can just chat and go through the comments. That is totally up to you guys. But there is about 30 seconds left here before we're heading to halftime. So obviously, be careful. Keep the ball. And get into halftime with a 2-0 lead. Hoylett does really well there. Nice ball to find Buchanan. One last chance going to come to Canada. A big thing that I would do is switch Buchanan to the left, because he's been really, really poor on the right. And again, just in terms of those 1v1s. But that was a bad ball there from Alistair Johnson. But Kamal Miller is there. and cleans up nicely. Sort of cleaned up nicely there, but I would take Tajon's performance a 9.5 out of 10. Ooh, Catalina. All right, maybe we'll leave the play ratings towards the end of the game, or if you guys want to, just throw in some play ratings that you feel like tossing in, like SRRS just did. And we're at 95 likes, guys. So we're at halftime. If you haven't done so yet, drop a like, pop us up to 100. You guys did very well. I appreciate all the support on the channel so far. But let's do a little halftime talk, and I'll just chat with you guys during it. El Salvador shouldn't beat in the U.S. 1-0. Canada should be up against El Salvador 3-0. John is not taking nothing today. He's all Canada's national team. The late start times only help to make it less hot, but still somehow hot at 10 p.m. Yeah, depending on where you're playing, it's definitely going to be hot, especially in the Central American teams. Canada looking good. They are looking good. Really good. Really composed. Nice and easy. I mean, the start is something that we were begging for. Taking a look at Tajon, I think a 6 out of 10 is fair. I know Catalina, he's your boy, but for me, Buchanan has been really important, like I've said, in terms of continually drawing fouls. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I gotta say, it's been close to probably, like what? Probably close to 10 fouls he's had. He's been fouled all game long, which is great. Like, not for his body, but it's great because he keeps getting us dangerous opportunities from free kicks. However, he struggled in a few games, specifically looking back to the Honduras game, taking players on 1v1. Now, they moved him to the right-hand side today, and I don't think he's had... I don't know if he's had a successful 1v1. Correct me if I'm wrong. He continuously tries him and is losing the ball. So, I'd give him a 6 because I still think he's influential. But I would make a small adjustment for the second half, and I would just do a little rotation and just put Buchanan over on the left, Hoylett on the right. But let me know if you guys would go to the bench. 9.5 for Tajon is overrated. I agree with that. Halftime talk, where do you think Holland is going? Will Dortmund look to replace him? Great show. Robin, hope you're doing well. Holland will probably leave in the summer. I think he's probably going to go to Madrid or Man City. Man City makes the most sense for him. We will replace him depending on how Mullen fits in. If Mullen is successful, Mullen will potentially be our main striker. We buy a winger. If Mullen somehow turns into a winger, we may buy another striker. Stefan Eustachio, really important to the midfield. Yes, he absolutely is, man. He needs to move on. Sorry, Paco de Ferreira, but I mean, if you can secure a move to Braga or Fenerbahce, he needs to take it. He's too good. I know it's still a good league. I mean, it's a very good league. I'd almost prefer maybe Braga over Fenerbahce, but Paco's de Ferreira not in for a good season. Dave with another donation on the channel. Massive shout out to Dave. Helps a lot on the channel, Dave. Really, really appreciate it. He says, the U.S. is better than Canada when it comes to talent. U.S. is just horribly coached. And I think that's a fair assessment, Dave. I think it's naive to look at the U.S. and being like, Canada's got the better squad on paper. I don't think it's unfair now to say that John Herdman is a better coach than Greg Berhalter. I don't think that's completely unfair. I thought that was something that was a debate because I wasn't sure what was going to happen with Herdman. I really didn't. I didn't know what he was going to turn into because the last memory, I mean, was the disappointment in losing to Haiti, the disappointment of after beating the U.S., losing to them 4-1. I didn't know if he was quite up to it. I personally didn't. That was my own personal question marks around him, and he has absolutely killed it in my opinion, man. Absolutely, he has. And yeah, I mean, considering looking at how the U.S. is being coached recently, even though Greg has been fantastic in picking up silverware, the style of play, the small tweaks, the even getting things right from the get-go, I just think that this trophy's kind of overshadowed some of the decisions. I've always heard tactical managers speak of that as well, so some of you guys who obviously watch him will know that, but I'm just praising up my man because Herdman is something else. Agree. Dave, poor management and tactics. JJD will appreciate your $40. Yes, you guys know the famous bet. For you Canadian men's national team players, and maybe US men's national team. I don't mean to offend Josh Sargent. I don't. I'm honest, I don't rate him as a striker. I'm sorry, I simply don't. But I have a bet with Yeet Yeet. And the bet is simple. If I win the bet, it's because Josh Sargent didn't score more than 5 Premier League goals. And if Yeet Yeet wins the bet, it's because Sargent scored 6 or more. I feel confident. Another super chat on the channel. Great start to the game. We needed it. I appreciate the super chat, my man. Oh, really appreciate it. Helps the channel more than you guys know. And yes, amazing start. Man, amazing start. Especially because, again, like it's not thinking that we're gonna go into the game and it's El Salvador. We're gonna take them on. They're a team that we need to beat at home no matter what. But they're a team that just had 2 clean sheets against the States and Honduras. So they were not going to be easy. Maybe a little bit of the depth is important in these 3-game windows. So I think, and I think that's fair to say, Canada have much better depth. Let's be honest. We did some decent rotation throughout our games. These 5 points, this window is a success if we kill off the game and get the 3 points today. And maybe El Salvador is just feeling a little bit. El Salvador are playing terrible. They always play terrible in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, they have created some chances towards the end. Liga NOS is the 5th best league. It is. That's kind of why I'd rather Eustachio maybe go towards Braga than Fenerbahce if he's to move on. Buchanan gets tackled and hit in the head, yet he gets a yellow card. Screw that defender. Caleb, yeah, you're spot on. He did have a reaction to it, but yeah, I mean, it's just one of the ones where the ref misses and Tejan reacts and he got a card. Berhalter is the only head coach because his brother was hired in the USSF. When he was hired there were so many good coaches they wanted for the US. Yeah, he did have some success for Columbus as well. El Salvador, no real danger. Yeah, I mean, like I said, considering the fact that they are it's sometimes hard to score on them, they don't have a real option to produce. And I think that's where the issues, if you're an El Salvador fan, is where's the magic going to come from? For me, I think Moreno's been pretty good. A lot of it has gone through him. The one good opportunity after that nice pass from Zavaleta, Moreno took it on the turn, picked out a really good pass himself, and it was a good chance for El Salvador. But I think for the second half, towards the end of these 3 games in the window, depth, legs, it's going to hit El Salvador harder than it will Canada. John is backing me with Sargent not scoring more than 5 goals. Hoppy and DK are better than Sargent, in my opinion. In my opinion, you're spot on. I would take Hoppy and DK over Sargent in a heartbeat. Glad Jay David is back in his game. He is. It was good for him to get on the score sheet. Thought it was a good little finish. I'm embarrassing myself. You're the one who's complaining about America, hating on the US. No, you never know. I mean, you never know. I feel confident that I'm going to win the bet. But it takes 1 or 2 games, man. If Norwich takes on someone towards the bottom of the table, and Sargent gets hot and puts up a hat trick, that makes the bet on. El Salvador fan here, but GG to Canada. Matt from Wii Sports, excellent name. Cheers, Matt. I hope you enjoy the live stream. Hopefully, any El Salvador fans in the chat are enjoying the live stream. I have tried to give credit to you guys and show that you guys have come a long way because I liked your Gold Cup performance. I've liked your first 2 games. I think a little bit can be looked towards the depth, and it's simple. I mean, Canada, we're lucky that we have depth now. And towards the 3rd game of the window, it's going to show a little bit more than it will for El Salvador, but still successful. And I hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. And if you are, and you want to drop a like or a sub, it's always appreciated. I was talking to you, JJD. I wasn't talking to you. No, I know. I know you're talking to John. Getting a little heated. But no, me and Yeet are on good terms. He came in, tripping me a lot, but we found mutual ground, and I liked it. But I told some of you guys earlier in the stream, I was very busy all day long. So I'm just gonna do a quick look at some of the Euro games, just very quickly. Wales drew Estonia. That's not good for them. England drew. Germany smashed them. Forge and Atletico are 0-0. Italy won 5-0. Sweden lost against Greece, which is interesting. Makes that group wide open. And then Panama, Mexico, 21 minutes in, still 0-0. Let's take a look at the Mexican starting 11. Pineda, Correa, and Mori up front. Dos Santos, Rodriguez, Romo. Pretty strong team, to be honest. Will be important points for them to pick up. But I'll get back on over to the chat. See how you guys are doing. Where were we? I mean, Norwich do play Arsenal next week, so you can get a hat trick. There you go. El Salvador is really dirty. They're making it hard for Buchanan, man. They really are. Do you think, based on how good TSN viewership was the other night, some bigger channels than One Soccer might try to get some games? Well, I don't think so now. I think it's been established. We have there won't be any more games on TSN. But the other 13 games, or the other whatever games there are now, the other 11 games will be on One Soccer and Sportsnet. So Sportsnet did pick up the games. TSN had the rights to the one game in the States. But it is good to hear. I didn't actually remember how good they did, so it's good to hear that it was successful. Sargent did score 2 goals versus Bournemouth, but 5 Premier League goals. I don't see it either. Yeah. Didn't make it hard, but he was confident. We'll have to see, man. Yeah, they are playing Arsenal, so you never know. What subs do you think Canada needs to make? Excellent question. And I haven't even looked. Let's go to the bench. I don't know. Buchanan is getting tackled a lot. Knock on wood, I don't see him being in danger of picking up another yellow as long as he can keep a cool head. Maybe get a Tiba off. Just because, again, his legs, he's 38. We're up 2-0. Maybe, I think a Samuel Piet sub for a Tiba Hutchinson would be a good one. Wouldn't really touch the back. Azorio wouldn't touch. Eustachio would be another one. So Mark Anthony K for Eustachio. Piet for Hutch. Now, I'm not saying at any specific time, but just with the fact that Eustachio has played all these games, it might be nice to give him some rest. Not that we need to ease up, but we'll have to see how the second half go. As well as Samuel Piet coming on as a defensive shape just for Hutch. And then maybe Buchanan if he gets a little frustrated up front. You don't have a like-for-like replacement. Maybe we switch shape at that point and to a 3-5-2 and put Laren back up. But I don't know. Let me know what substitutions you guys would do here on halftime or sometime throughout the game. After the 2 goals difference, Canada slowed down. There's no way we have to keep going for the second half, or El Salvador with a goal can get into the game. You're spot on. A couple chances towards the end were happening there, and keep your foot on the throat. That's pretty much as easy as it has to be, because El Salvador aren't done yet. They aren't done yet. There should be VAR. I absolutely agree with that. The Netherlands smoked Turkey yesterday, so the Netherlands and Norway are 1-2. They are, and I like that. Turkey had an amazing start, and I think the Euros just killed their confidence. Laren and Henry, maybe? I don't know about Henry, because like I said, I wouldn't take off Vittoria. I mean, you could for Henry, but I wouldn't, it'd be nice to get Alistair Johnson some rest, but no one, in my opinion, can kind of fill in for him, especially in the outside right center back role. If you want to give Vittoria some rest, Henry could be a good swap with him. Same Kennedy for Miller. Eustachio and Hutch, to me, are the 2 that stick out with Piet and Mark Anthony K. Give them some rest there, just because the amount of minutes Eustachio has done has been incredible, and Hutch at his age. Those are the 2 that stick out to me. What's more surprising to you, the U.S. start or the Jamaican start? The U.S. start. The Jamaican start was always, maybe not to that extent, a potential, but they never played together. They didn't know what team they were going to put together. Listening to JD talk about it, it seemed like it could happen, but I wasn't expecting a 3-0 loss to Panama at home. That's just my opinion. But speaking to that, the U.S., considering their summer and dropping points to us, which, like I said, I put that down to Greg, and their first game against El Salvador, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the U.S., it's a real disappointing start. But that's my opinion, Dave. The U.S.-Canada game was the third most viewed event that night with 393K views. The only things that were better was the Blue Jays games and the football game between Winnipeg and Saskatchewan. Very cool. I did not know that. Good to see, man. It's good to see. Really is good to see. Disappointing it wasn't number one, but I mean, I'll take what you get. Panama's taking it to Mexico. Man, Panama's maybe the dark horse. I was saying Honduras is going to be the dark horse in these qualifiers. Maybe it's Panama. Mexico will look actually shaky AF. So there is a substitution coming in for El Salvador, but it doesn't look like there's any movement on the bench for Canada. I didn't realize only... Oh, the double substitution for El Salvador. I didn't realize only the top from each UEFA group get through. The other three have to fight. Yes, they do. Top of each group go through, and the second place got to battle it out. Caleb says, I can't wait for Buchanan to play at Bruges. Move to bigger teams. He looks very promising. He does. Like I said, I wanted him to go to Freiburg. That was my perfect destination for him. But all right, guys, we're about to kick off here in the second half. So be sure to drop a like, guys. Drop a sub. And I haven't asked this question yet, but let me know where you guys are watching from today. You put in your flags, put in your city. I'm watching from Ontario here in Canada, cheering on my Canucks. And a double substitution for El Salvador. I'm assuming they're going to throw a little bit more towards Canada this half, considering that we have the lead and a nice little ball in there, but Victoria handles it well. Panama scored. Well, you guys were calling in the chat. Damn. I mean, that doesn't help us at all. I don't know if I want to see Panama win. Panama has turned into a real danger for our qualification hopes as well, but that's a surprising result. But I mean, again, they won 3-0 away to Jamaica. That, no matter what, is an impressive result. And now they're at home against Mexico. A draw would be nice. I would like a draw. I would like a draw. Bruges is one of those stepping stones for Buchanan, the Premier League or another top 6 league. Even the French league, like Lille or Lyon, could be good for him. Yeah, he was linked to a couple teams in Liga. I thought he was going to go to Lens in the end, but then I thought Freiburg, maybe Augsburg, which I didn't want. But he ended up at Club Bruges. Mexico, Canada, Panama to qualify. Leaving out the States. Alistair Johnson, gotta be careful there. Mexico win would put them 9 points. Panama would 4. A draw would be ideal. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind a draw. I wouldn't mind a Mexican win as well. I mean, we need 3 spots. Mexico is probably going to take them, so it doesn't matter how we finish in those 1, 2, 3s. But taking points from Panama would matter. But I'd be happy with a draw, but I definitely don't want to see Panama win, even though I think it's impressive. But I need Mexico to pick up some points for us. I'd say the top 3 teams is Canada, Mexico, and Panama. Guys are not having it with the U.S., man. Every one of you. U.S., Canada, and Panama from Eat. There you go. There you go. Gotta be careful there. Does very well from Jonathan Osorio. To Jonathan David. Oh, poor ball from Jonathan David. But again, a little lack of quality there from Moreno. Vittoria did very well to pick out Buchanan. Let's see what he can do. I've been wanting to see him go 1v1. I don't know what it is. He just... Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go, Buchanan. That's better. Much better. Much better from Buchanan. Yeah, I mean, he got a ball in. It was blocked nicely. Poor touch there. Hutch to find Hoylett. Nice little passing there. It was better from Buchanan. Let's freaking go. So happy Canada delivering from a U.S. fan. Very cool, my man. I appreciate the love. Did the game start? I was hitting dingers at softball. Well, I'm happy. Hopefully you hit a few. Yes, we are 48 minutes in the game. Canada with a 2-0 lead. Perfect start. Jonathan David back on the score sheet. Alistair Johnson. That was a good ball. That was a dangerous ball. That's like, again, I don't know if David could have done better there. I was a little harsh on him the last few games because he he hasn't been able to find ways to get in for those dangerous types of balls. He's not making the right runs, but let's freaking go. So happy. Hi, Josh. Just started high school. Congratulations, my guy. It's been a while since I've been in high school. I'm an old man. Americans love Canada for some reason, but Canadians hate us. I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say I hate you guys at all. In hockey, I think there's an agreement that we're angry at each other, but in soccer, I think there's a mutual understanding. I want to see the U.S. qualify for the World Cup. I want to see Canada obviously be there beside them, and if we got to take you out, then so be it. But ideally, I'd like to see the U.S. qualify. I think it'd be a huge step backwards if they failed to qualify for back-to-back World Cups, and they deserve to. Not by the way they're playing, but by the way they should and could be playing. It's a good ball there. Nicely done there from Kamal Miller. Does really, really well to read that. But no, I like watching a lot of the U.S. players around Europe. I wish them the best. And I hope you guys find your way. You're actually right. Let Mexico have it while Panama's stuck with 4 points. I agree. That was my mindset, Caleb. That was my mindset. So a draw is still okay. But I would much rather Mexico win. Because take all the points. Because Panama's clearly in this to compete, man. They're not just here to have fun. Oh, that's a very poor ball. And Jonathan David does very well to win that. Buchanan, once again, man. Wins it back. So there you go. Touche. Touche, Buchanan. You knew I was getting frustrated there. Oh, but that's got to be a foul on Hutch, surely. I hate Mexico more than I hate Canada and soccer team. Wow, 2 goals in the first 10 minutes was inspired. Yes, it was. As a Canadian, are you rooting for Mexico and the U.S. to beat all the potential third-place teams to help Canada out? I am, yes. I want Mexico to win against Panama because it gives us a better opportunity to qualify. It's as simple as that. Mexico more than likely is going to qualify. So, if they want first place, take it. But do everything you can to help us get third. It's the way I look at it. Could Herdman sub on Bell? Could sub Herdman in for Bellhalter tonight, asking for a friend. Seb, I don't know if it works like that, my man. I don't know if it works like that. Mexico is a standard bearer for this region. Yes, they are. We have another free kick coming up. I'm curious to see what Herdman's going to do from the bench. You guys heard what I would maybe do to give Eustachio a little bit of rest towards the very end of this 3-game window, getting Mark Anthony Kay on and getting Piet on as well for Hutch. I don't know if he's going to do that. I don't think Buchanan has had an overly good game. I think he just loses the ball way too much, but still somehow creates stuff just by simply getting fouled left, right, and center. We got a free kick coming in here for Eustachio. See how he hits this. Kind of poor. Look like he's trying to go under the wall. Canada could beat Mexico's team. I mean, we saw that in the Gold Cup. Our B team, in my opinion, got very unlucky not to be able to beat Mexico. At least take the game to extra time. Oh, Larea does so well. And finds a nice ball to Hutch. Find Buchanan. Oh, Hutch. Hoylett. Oh, boys. Buchanan was wide open. Ah, ha, ha. Oh, that's annoying. I don't know what happened there. Larea did really good to fight off the challenge. Had a really good ball to find out Hutch, and that should have been one quick pass over to Buchanan, but he took a touch. Hoylett, again, could have put it over to Buchanan. He's probably sitting there, and then I was like, Tejan, to be fair, you've lost the ball every time you've had it, so we didn't want to give it to you. Corner kick coming in. Found Buchanan. It's a little nice set piece. Hi, bro. Hi, with a lot of exclamation points. Hi, my man. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully you're excited watching the Canadian men's national team. Chilling with a 2-0 lead right now. Can't wait to see Mexico versus Canada on October 7th. Yeah, it'll be an interesting one, man. It'll be an interesting one. I mean, especially if Panama get a result against Mexico. Nice switch from Alistair Johnson to find Tejan. Had a hard time this game, Buchanan has. That's a really nice ball. Osorio, quick feet. Try to do a little too much there. A little too much. Kelly comes in and says, too tentative. I'd say U.S. fans will continue to root for Canada as long as their little brother until Canada fans become as annoying as Mexican fans. I know. I mean, the rivalry is just, it is bigger in soccer between Mexico and the U.S. I think it'll take some time for Canada to get there, but I mean, taking points from from U.S. on the road will help you get there. Do you know Messi? I've heard of the man. Yes. I've never met him. I've watched him play live, as I like to brag about subtly, and watch him score live. I also like to brag about subtly. But El Salvador, nicely done. Gets your anxiety a little up. That's a nice little run there from Richie Larea, who's had a really good game today. Really good game from Richie Larea, and that is almost a pin-perfect ball, and it is a pin-perfect ball. Richie Larea. Jonathan David, and wins a corner. I like that. I really like that run, man. Now, El Salvador could have potentially fouled him there, which probably would have been the smarter play. Probably would have took a yellow to do it, but I mean, he skipped away easily from a challenge, and then literally an absolutely perfect ball for Jonathan David. And this could have easily could have cut back on his right and scored, and that would have just been simply because of Richie Larea. iTake says Panama is winning. Yeah, they are. It's not good for Canada, though. It really isn't. So I'd like to see Mexico at least get a draw out of that game. Sorry for Panama, but we got it. We got a corner kick coming up, though. Junior Hoylett is over it. Panama scored is beating Mexico. That's wild, man. A lot of men in this box. Junior Hoylett to take. It's deep, but it's cleared out relatively easily, and it's a foul. Seb says, as a U.S. fan, I can't wait for the Canada and U.S. rivalry to extend to men's soccer. Always look forward to thrashing the rude Canadians. I mean, we know it's there in hockey, and we want it to be there in soccer, and I think the U.S. do too, but Mexico, in my opinion, is still a bigger rival. It's a fact. I mean, Canada has never been this good before, which is fantastic for the growth of this sport in this country and our national team. But they need to keep going, and beating the U.S. is the best way to start a rivalry. Taking points from them in World Cup qualifiers after they didn't qualify the last time out is a good way to keep starting a rivalry. A respectable rivalry, but a rivalry. It's just sloppy though there. Very sloppy. A simple throw-in for El Salvador. Hoylett does well to intercept it. Does a little trick and fouled. El Salvador have been really poor. And there's a substitution already. It's Hoylett for Atakubi, so that's interesting. So that tells me the shape is probably going to be the 3-5-2 instead of the 4-3-3. Miller slides back into outside left center back. Alistair Johnson outside right center back. Vittoria through the middle. Buchanan and Atakubi as the two wing backs. There's still the same three-man midfield with Osorio, Hutch, Eustachio, and then two strikers up front now. Who am I missing? Oh, I'm missing Larea. So maybe Larea's on, or no, or maybe just a straight swap. Larea is probably going up to left wing, and Atakubi is gonna go at left wing back. That would be my guess. But Eustachio's got the ball. Dangerous little free kick coming in, cleared very easily. This is Davies' game. Unfortunately, he's going back to Bayern, but the good news is hopefully we're going to take the points regardless, and Davies will ride off that knock he picked up and will still be fully fit. How are you? I'm doing very well. Very well. Very happy for the Canadian men's national team. We got a couple Mexicans. My friend Jimmy's coming in. Little annoyed, man. He's probably a little annoyed. Also, JJD, do you think there's any potential in Canada getting Tomori, or is that just a dream? In my opinion, there's potential depending if he's eligible. Like I said, two very gray rules have been dropped, new rules from FIFA, one allowing him to play for Canada, one sort of not. If he is eligible, I think he would consider it, because I don't think he's going to be a part of England. He's been snubbed too many times. He's now playing in Italy, and we can potentially offer him 2 World Cups. Oh, Jonathan David. Jonathan David to Buchanan. Yes. Buchanan's had a rough night, man. He's had a rough night. He's had a rough night. It's good to see him get it. Oh, man. U.S. fans says congratulations on the good start to qualifying. Much love, Caleb. Much love. Let's drop a like for that, guys. Buchanan's had a rough night. He hasn't particularly played well. He's been fouled left, right, and center, but he's always been trying, and you got to respect it. And I just spoke a couple minutes ago of El Salvador being their own nightmare, man. Just being sloppy. And Zavaleta, just a piss poor pass, let's be honest. David picks out Buchanan in a calm, cool finish through the 5-hole, nutmegging the keeper. And, I mean, Zavaleta's been really good for El Salvador. He really has, but it's just sloppy. Just sloppy. But I'm happy for Buchanan. I think we all are. And we all wanted to see Buchanan and David get on the score sheet. 3-0 Canada. What does that sound like? It sounds like a statement mother f***ing win. And Dave donated. My man Dave. I appreciate the donation. Especially after a goal like that, Dave. Big shout out to Dave for the donation on the channel. Means so much to me. Let's see what you got to say. Nothing is a guarantee in the CONCACAF. The U.S. didn't make it out last time. Mexico almost didn't make it if it wasn't for the help of the U.S. beating Panama in 2014 World Cup qualifying. Dave, you're spot on. You're spot on. And it's funny for European fans. I mean, a lot of you guys are familiar with this, but it's funny talking with some of our European viewers who are just tuning in because they're curious. The CONCACAF isn't like World Cup qualifying in Europe. It's not. It's a whole different animal. And you see it. You truly do. You have to be it right there. You have to show up night in, night out, and you have to be almost spotless, win your home games, pick up points on the road, and it's not easy to do. And already, I mean, the 3-0 away win for Panama over Jamaica opened my eyes. We went to the States and drew them 1-1, opened my eyes. And right now, after El Salvador picked up 2 important points for themselves, drawing the States as well, we're smacking them at home 3-0. You don't know what to expect in the CONCACAF. You have to bring it every single time because these points, and again, another even bigger one, Panama's beating Mexico right now. That, like, gonna listen to the Football America podcast and listen to Herc and Sebastian just rip on their countries while us Canadians are chilling with 5 points and relatively happy with this opening window, man. But yeah, 3-0, 61 minutes in, I'm happy. And another big shout out to Dave for the big super chat. I appreciate it, my friend. And I'm happy for Tejan. But I was right. We are playing in a 3-5-2. So Atakubi at left wing back, Larea at right wing back. There's still the 3-man midfield, and Buchanan went up to center forward / striker with David. And you know what? He scored already. So the pace can kill. The pace can kill. Nice ball there from Jonathan David, who's had a better game, a much better game today. Jonathan David has done well linking up, which is something when Laren plays, he does a little bit more. And, I mean, it's funny, he moved Buchanan up and he's just scored immediately just by using his pace. But it's good to see. It's good to see for him to get on because he's had a tough game. And honestly, a tough window. But what I would do now is that double substitution I talked about. We're up 3-0 at home. Bring on Samuel Piet and bring on Marc-Anthony Kaye and take off Hutch and take off Eustachio. Eustachio's had a lot of minutes over this window. Hutch, because of his age, I do it between the 65th and 70th minute if can. I mean, even now, anytime from now, hopefully within the 10 minutes is when I would do that sub because, I mean, Piet and Marc-Anthony Kaye, they can do a job, guys. We all know that. But it's also just being strategic. So every time I usually call a similar substitution, Herdman has answered it. I think Herdman, and again, if I was a U.S. men's national team fan, I'd be livid with Greg, man. I like proactive managers. I mean, I do. I want managers who read a situation and make just strategic subs. And Herdman, in my opinion, I mean, look at what Kennedy did. Directly at fault. Playing a position that's not normally subbed very early and yanked right off. Buchanan, terrible 45 in Honduras, yanked right off. He's not afraid to drop players. David was dropped. I mean, yes, a little bit of strategy, but I mean, I love everything Herdman has done when it came to man management, getting your tactics right, and getting your substitution right. You talking in Herdman's AirPods just gave away your secret. I wish, but no. But no. But we'll see. We'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. That's what I would do. Let me know if you guys have any subs that you would do. But when I'm looking at, I mean, ideally you can get Alistair Johnson off too, just simply for keeping the player fresh. They've had a lot of minutes. Eustachio, Johnston, and Hutch, I would try to get off. And Samuel Piette and Marc-Anthony Kaye are worthy substitutes. I don't really know if there's an answer for Alistair Johnston. I really don't. Maybe throw on Kennedy, toss him out there. I know he's a lefty, but it could work. Bro, GGD brought in Yuli. Jackson Yuli is coming in. I hope he starts today for you guys. I don't know. Is the U.S. starting 11 out yet? For any of the U.S. fans, yeet. Is your guys' starting 11 out yet? Curious to see what Greg's going with today. Taking on Honduras. Because see, a 4-3-3 against Honduras, I think would line up pretty well. Because I don't believe Honduras are going with that 5 at the back, but I could be wrong. But a 3 at the back, probably would potentially suit Honduras a little bit better. Oh yeah, they play 10 tonight. 1 hour before kickoff. I doubt Yuli starts 9-10. I was kidding. I desperately hope for your guys' sake that Jackson Yuli does not start. Oh, but it's Wotherspoon, and I'd be okay with that. I see Kaye and Wotherspoon both lining up. So my opinion, I mean, yeah, they both do the job. Get Eustachio, get Hutch off. I'm actually really excited. I like watching Wotherspoon play. I think he's a very creative player. Can do a similar role to Osorio, and in my opinion, Osorio's preferred more to Herdman than Wotherspoon is. But I'm excited to see him come on. It is Eustachio, perfect sub, perfect sub. Oh no, he was playing it a little premature, but I'm still assuming it's got to be Eustachio. You gotta be careful with the game time. I think it was the right decision to start, and I'm pretty sure when I told you guys a while ago, when the window started, I would see obviously Borjan starting. Alistair Johnston to me was arguably the most important player. Oh, I didn't get a foul there. To start alongside Eustachio. Those are the only 3 I saw starting every single game, because there's viable options regardless. In the midfield, you can't really replace Eustachio. He's just that good, and no one can play what Alistair Johnston can play for this team. And then Borjan is our starter. No surprise. But I think, yeah, I mean, I give huge kudos. Ooh, Borjan, good save. I give huge kudos to Herdman because I thought the management of the game time was spotless. Oh, that's a really good ball there. Oh, and Richie Larea with an excellent defensive effort there. He's had a really good game today. It was a good ball. It was a very dangerous ball coming in. Just didn't even get a touch on it. Borjan had to be sharp. Canada have come out with a purpose in the second half. Yes, they did, Ted, and we were saying that they got a little lackluster towards the end of that first half and didn't really know what to fully expect. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, the legs, I think, were coming at them just a little bit for El Salvador here. Buchanan, maybe, as he's on a yellow. Yeah, Buchanan, I would maybe take Buchanan off now. Miller, Eustachio for me, to be honest. Yeah, I could totally see Kennedy coming on for Miller. I would maybe keep Miller on and take off Johnson and put Kennedy on outside right center back. I know, like I said, I know he's a lefty, but those players have more rest. Alistair Johnston has played the entirety of this World Cup qualifiers. So, I mean, it'd be nice to try to get him off, but there's still time. You're seeing Wotherspoon warming up as well as Marc-Anthony Kaye. So I'm assuming it's Eustachio and Hutch. Who's your favorite soccer player? Marco Reus, my man. Been my favorite soccer player since he came to Dortmund. I like Götze just before that. Canada and US have improved. Glad CONCACAF levels going up. Steven, you're spot on, and it's nothing but good things for the CONCACAF. Having each team get better and better. It's important. Nice ball there from Buchanan. and clear it out. And here's the substitute. Let's see if Herdman would do what I would do. And I hope he is. Oh, he hasn't substituted yet. What is going on? They're just sitting there. Nice ball to Hutch. Finds Buchanan down the right-hand side. Great clearance from Larrea. Yeah, that was an excellent clearance a few minutes ago. As a U.S. fan, I hope El Salvador scored just to hurt Canada's goal difference. It's not an unfair request. Here's the subs. So it is Hutch coming off for Mark Anthony Kaye. Perfect substitution in my books. The captain armband is going to Richie Larrea. Unless Larrea's then giving it to Borjan, which is probably the more likely scenario. But that's a great substitution. Hutch had a good game. Very good game. Oh, and it's Osorio. They're letting Eustachio just go rampant, man. I don't know about that. I mean, if he's fit enough, but that's a very, very like for like. Osorio for Witherspoon's is a real like for like substitution. I don't know. Would you guys have taken off Eustachio? Put a yes or no in the chat. I would have just because of the minutes, but again, maybe he knows he's gonna get transferred, which probably means he won't play in the next couple games, so it gives him a little bit of rest. I don't know. Maybe I'm just really hypothesizing. I have no idea, but it's a lot of minutes for Eustachio, and I mean he deserves every single one of them, but he never read my question because I'm Schlenker. What was your question? I read somewhere that Davies' family came close to choosing to moving to America. Could have changed. I'm glad they chose Canada. JJD Eustachio is like 22. He's young. He can easily play this much. I mean, it's a fair point. Rotation is key, though. My main point is not that he can't do it, because I mean, clearly he can. He is doing it. It's just the fact that we're up 3-0 with 20 minutes to go, and he's been nothing but exceptional this entire time. Maybe for the safety of making sure no injury, safety of just getting him some rest. I don't know. You got to manage it, which is he has done. Just I expected maybe Alistair Johnson and Eustachio to play all 3 games along Borjan, and I mean they have. So yeah, you got to look at it. You got to look at it in a few different ways. Only the player really knows. No Antonio in the Jamaica squad. Yeah, there's only an agreement that he was able to play 1 game. He had an agreement, and the only game he was allowed to play was a Panama game at home, and they lost. So they're in trouble, man. They're in trouble. Eustachio is 24, 25 in December. Yeah. Either way, yeah, Eustachio has incredible stamina. He's in great shape. I just think it's precaution. That's all I would have done. Probably a foul there. Regis is livid. In an alternate universe, Davies and David are on the U.S. men's national team. And Landon Donovan's on the Canadian men's national team, but, you know, who knows? Alternate universes. David would have been very important. I mean, Davies and David would have been really important for the U.S., but it would have taken the fat majority of our talent out of the attacking of the Canadian men's national team. So I'm very grateful that they're here. But Atakubi did pick up a yellow card there. On the 72nd minute, free kick coming up to El Salvador. It's a deep one. Borjan does very well. Convincing catch. Armband did go over to Borjan from Hutch after he was substituted off. And halftime, Panama and Mexico is 1-0 Panama. That is wild. That is wild. I mean, Jamaica's hopes are pretty much pooched after 3 games. U.S. is questionable, but Panama, man, give them credit. David should have chose America. No. Game over pretty much. We're on the 73rd minute. 3-0 Canada at home. I'd say probably knock on wood. The 3 points are probably in the bag, but you never know. We're going to have to see. It was a really good performance. But I do see Samuel Piet lining up. And it looks like maybe Cavallini as well. I'd guess probably Eustachio. Piet for Eustachio, which is a like for like. And Cavallini maybe for Buchanan. Maybe David, one of the two. I'm curious to see if they'd go for Buchanan because of the yellow. Where does Eustachio play? He plays as a 6. Very good, deep lying midfielder. Good at picking it out a pass. Oh, he asked what team? Where does... Oh, if you're asking where in terms of position, CDM. If you're asking a team, he plays for Pacos de Ferreira in the Portuguese league. A team that overachieved like crazy last year. He was linked to Napoli, Porto, Braga, Fenerbahce. No move has materialized. And he's stuck at Pacos de Ferreira right now. And I hope he gets a move. His partner in crime last year at the heart of the midfield ended up moving to Porto and took his move. but I think he should try to move. I hope he goes to Braga. That'd be my... Because the window is open in Portugal, open in Turkey. Ooh, that's a tough challenge there from Miller. And it will probably be a foul. It is. El Salvador look lost. I don't see us line up, but our people are already saying that Pepe is starting. Hey, why not, man? I'd start him. 100% over you guys' striker options right now. Why not give the kid a go? Yes, I love Cavallini and Piet. Total workhorses. They do so much for us over the years. Glad to see them getting playing time. Yeah, it's a shame for Cavallini. His hype was not much lived at the Whitecaps. He's been, in my opinion, really lackluster there. But he's always performed for the Canadian national team, man. He's always performed. He's got a great goal return for the Canadian men's national team. It's up there with the likes of Laren and Jonathan David as well. Picking up as recent as a hat-trick in the Cayman Islands game. So yeah, it'll be nice to have him come up here. I don't think he's quite done yet. I do think he needs to find a way to get his form with the Whitecaps. Maybe Gauld will find a way to get those goals going, because I like Cavallini a lot too. I do. I remember being so pumped when he came and played his first game for Canada. Oh, nicely done. Buchanan trying his tricks that have just not been working throughout these qualifiers. Pedro telling me how to properly pronounce it. I have no idea how to pronounce it properly. I don't know what that... Pacos? Do you know how it's pronounced? Pacos. It's in the chat. Pedro, I'm sorry if I butchered the name. I heard a North American say Pacos de Ferreira, so I've just always been going off of that. I had a feeling, I'm going to keep saying this on stream, and someone one day will correct me. Pedro, shout out to you. So I will try to maybe do a little Google search to make sure I pronounce it properly. But I swear I listened to a North American commentator say Pacos de Ferreira. Regardless, I trust you more.
Should sound like a W, not a C.
Say it. We have a substitution coming up. It is Eustachio for Samuel Piet. A like-for-like swap. Eustachio, once again, incredible for the Canadian men's national team. They're not allowing to swap, actually. Who is your favorite team? Why your favorite team, BBB? Oh, nice corner coming in. Cleared out nicely. Just a team I just kind of fell in love with. Way back on my dad's side, my family has got German descent, so when picking a team in Canada, my family knew nothing about soccer, so playing video games, I just like doing career modes and stuff on the German league, which is the Bundesliga, and I like Dortmund's logo. Played with them, fell in love with the team, and started watching them in the 2009-10 season, and they're just so much fun. Dortmund's my favorite team, the Bundesliga is my favorite league, and the Canadian men's national team is my country. So again, the 3 big things you need to know about Josh. Pronounce Pasos. Pasos. Pacos de Ferreira. Is that better, Pedro? Pacos de Ferreira? I hope. But either way, the man from Pacos de Ferreira, Eustachio's coming off. Straight swap for Samuel Piet. Good substitution. A lot of minutes in for Eustachio, which he performed up to it, so absolutely nailed it. And it is Jonathan David for Lucas Cavallini, which is good to see Cavallini back in. Like our friend said, he's a workhorse. Really good goal return as well. If Pepe starts, then Bellhalter is in trouble. Oh, you think so? Any Americans in the chat? Which striker? Just one striker. Which striker would you guys want to see start tonight? I'm curious. The S is like a sa sound. Pedro. Passos de Ferreira. I'm trying. Scotland and Canada to qualify. Hey, Pedro gave me the thumbs up. All right, we're laughing. Pepe to start. Pepe. Josh. The substitution coming up for El Salvador, and Josh is saying he would want Sargent to start. Zardes, Pepe subbed in. Is Zardes with the team? I didn't think he was in this. I'm tired, yeah. I would give Pepe a chance. Either way, our strikers aren't going to score. I'm pissed off. I want to see Mr. Pepe. Pepe needs to be cap-tied. I'd start him. What do you guys have to lose? Honestly, what do you guys have to lose? He's a young, talented kid who's doing so well for FC Dallas. The confidence he's been building. I don't know. I'd start him. If not, maybe I wouldn't be surprised to see Sargent get the start again, but he needs to figure out a way to put the ball in the back of the net. Otherwise, he's gonna lose that spot very quickly. It also is a lot of pressure for a 19-year-old. Samuel Piet does well. I'd start Pepe too. A real consensus around him starting, and I kind of hope he does. Especially that you guys said that there's rumors going around that he may start. It's a very un-Greg-like move, so... Well, I mean, it's an MLS player, so maybe it's not, but... He's 18. It's very young, man. Very young, very raw. But, I don't know, man. I'm not against it. Another sloppy pass there, and look at the touch by Mark-Anthony Kaye. Poor ball, but a really good touch there from Mark-Anthony Kaye. I've always really rated, his technique on the ball. Look at Richie Larea go. Wins a corner. Canada doing the Viking clap. Little love from Iceland there. Pretty cool scenes. Jamaica are losing already. Oh, man. I'm watching the stream 1 hour and don't even know who Canada's playing again. Canada's taking on El Salvador, my friend. And they're up 3-0, 81st minute, a little under 9 to go. And they are cruising to 5 points from 9, and I will take that every day of the week. Costa Rica scored against Jamaica, mudded. Yeah. Man, I feel like an idiot for thinking that Jamaica was going to have a good qualifying campaign. You saw the talent, you just didn't know how they were going to, or if they were going to be implemented into that squad. And I mean, obviously just everything that could have went wrong for them did. That's wild, man. I just need Mexico to tie it up. Buchanan is right-footed. Yes, he is. If it's un-Greg-like, then it's happening because you never know what he'll do. Does CONCACAF have the most minnows? I'm not sure exactly what you mean. I'm assuming if you mean, like, is there a lot of, like, small teams in CONCACAF? Because there are a ton. I wouldn't call anyone in the Ocho a minnow, though. Man, it would be nice to have gotten all 3 points against Honduras. If we would have got all 3 points against Honduras, man, we would have walked away with 7 from 9. That would have been a dream start. Because of all the other results, all the draws that were going around, man, 5 points, getting that draw against the U.S., I mean, it still feels like a big win. Convincing win at home against El Salvador. A point on the road to the States. The only bitter pill was the fact that we drew at home, but yes, it was 2 drop points, but everyone drew that night. Pretty much. So, I mean, I'll take it. Hopefully, like I said, Mexico can at least get a goal, get a draw, and we'll be sitting in second place. But the game's almost wrapping up, guys. If you haven't done so yet, be sure to drop a like. I'm not sure how many we're at. But pop a sub. I don't know if we hit 125 yet. Drop a sub and let me know your thoughts on the game. Can we swap coaches, Josh? No, I don't want Greg. How do you feel about trying Alfonso on the left, Buchanan on the left at some point because Davies is left-footed, Buchanan is right-footed? Not sure what you meant there. How do you feel about trying Alfonso on the left and Buchanan on the left at some point because Davies is left-footed and Buchanan is right-footed? I'm assuming you mean one of them on the right. They have done that. So in the Honduras game, one started at left wing back, one started at right wing back. Davies started on the left, being a left-footer, Buchanan on the right. They swapped randomly and put Buchanan on the left so he could cut in with his right. Same for Davies. I don't like it like that. I think Davies is much better on the left. I think he can drive and put in good crosses that are just honestly world-class type crosses that not a lot of players can do. He can cut up easier. I like him a lot more playing as a left wing back, left mid, left winger, in my opinion. Buchanan, I do think he is probably a little bit better on the left. However, because, I mean, he can cut in onto his right, so I take your point. But Buchanan has been, in my opinion, kind of poor. Kind of poor this window. You could do a 3-4-3, have Davies at left wing back, Buchanan at left wing, try them together, and if that's what you meant, that could be kind of cool. But then I just don't know where it would probably be Hoylett and Larrea on the right, which, yeah, not a bad option. And a big hit there from Richie Larrea. Going out for a corner, that was a good opportunity. That was a really good opportunity there. Nice little ball. Picked out Richie Larrea, and it was a decent hit, too. We always lose our tie against Honduras. No disrespect to my parents' country. But sack Greg and put Jesse Marsh in. I don't know if Jesse Marsh is going to be leaving. I mean, hey, Jesse Marsh loses to Bayern at the weekend. They're 1-0-3. You could sack Jesse Marsh. I kid. I don't want to see Jesse Marsh get sacked. But, I mean, 1-0-3 is an awful start for a Leipzig manager. So, some pressure could be that way. You never know. And yes, Jesse Marsh did like that tweet, and then he tried to say, you know, I didn't mean to. I don't know how Twitter works, but go Greg. If your channel had 500k subs, I'm sure you could meet Holland in real life. What would you say to him? I don't know if I'd want to meet Holland. Like, I would, but I would like to meet him just to meet him. I don't know if I'd like to interview him because he makes the interviewer look like an idiot. And I feel like if I could meet someone on Dortmund, I'd want to meet Marco or Gio, just because they can speak, or Jude, someone who can speak English. I'd like to meet Holland just to say I can meet Holland, but I see a much more interesting interview with, like Marco Reus. That is who I'd rather want to meet. But if I could meet him, and what I would say to him is, I hear you like scoring goals. And then he'd probably just walk away in disgust. Can you tell me why Derek Cornelius has fallen out with Herdman? That's a great question. It's one actually that, in my opinion, hasn't been brought up enough on the stream. I get it. I probably get it maybe once every stream, every other stream. And I honestly don't 100% know the answer. I mean, he's a lefty. I think with the emergence of Kamal Miller, Scott Kennedy, it kind of wiggled him out there. He got a move to Greece. It's going to be interesting to see how he can build his game back up there. I don't know. There's a bunch of little things behind the scenes, but we do have good depth on the left-hand side. And I think just Cornelius just keeps falling out of favor, and I don't see him coming back anytime soon. But let me know what you guys think. Would you guys like to see Derek Cornelius come back? I mean, he got that Europe move. It's not a team I mean, especially in Greece, I feel like he could have done better. But, I mean, it's not the most convincing team. Larrea doesn't get nearly the respect he deserves. Kelly came in before the game and gave a big shout out to Richie Larrea, who, in my opinion, had an excellent game. He absolutely did, and another good ball to try to find Larrea. Yeah, you're spot on. You're spot on, Kelly. He has been linked to Besiktas for a while to join up with Larin and Hutch, but obviously never made the move. Still with TFC, I think he could perform in Turkey. And he's obviously I mean, he had a really good window in my opinion. Alistair Johnston, probably in my opinion, the most complete window you're going to find. Eustachio was up there. Larea was up there. I thought Larin and David were decent. Davies was Davies. A little underwhelming from Buchanan. I don't know. It's very interesting. I'd want to meet Holland just to convince him to go to United. Ah, my man. Holland for Canada. It's pain. Yeah. I met Davies on the right. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, that's what you were meaning. I get frustrated sometimes when Davies is on his left crosses in the ball when he's good at shooting. It is true. I mean, I definitely take your point. If he was to play on the right, I'd want him to play there in a 3-4-3 or in a 4-3-3 as a right winger. I don't like the 3-5-2 having Davies as a right wing back and Buchanan as a left wing back. It puts them way too forward, makes them vulnerable, makes them turn into decisions like what Buchanan did to give away a penalty. I wouldn't be against starting Buchanan and Davies on the right and left, as long as it's, like I said, it's in a 3-4-3 or a 4-3-3. Otherwise, I'd rather them in a 4-4-2 or a 3-5-2 on their favored positions so they can cross. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. Let me know. Who do you guys think's man of the match? Larea, man of the match? I thought Alistair Johnston was really good today. Larea was good. David was good. I don't know. Let me know right now. I'm curious. Who do you guys think was man of the match today? Putting Richie Larea to the defense today was a great decision by Herdman. Herdman's tactics, for the most part, man, have just been straight up spot on. They really have. Reyna wouldn't get into the England squad. Yeah, he was eligible for that. We have 3 additional minutes, guys, before we wrapped up these 3 points. 3 goals at home and a clean sheet. Custom G with a $5 super chat. Much love, my friend. I appreciate the donation. Helps the channel and just a very nice thing to do. I appreciate it. I have a bad neighbor policy. As a Yank, never root for Canada in hockey. Never root for MX and men's soccer. Can root for Canada men's national team though. Good luck in World Cup qualifiers. Very cool comment, and it's very interesting. Like I said, being a big hockey fan, I agree with you. I don't wish US any luck, man. World Juniors are on. If Canada doesn't win, I go for Finland. I mean, it's what a lot of Canadians do, but Finland has become good, so you almost don't want to go for them. In terms of soccer, I mean, we've just become better. I mean, we're just starting to become better. So I want to see this rivalry with the US grow, but I wish US well as well. I was excited to see them do well in the Gold Cup, especially with that squad. Nations League was a crazy game to watch. And I want to see you guys qualify for the World Cup. So Custom G, I absolutely appreciate it and absolutely agree with you. But I mean, we keep stealing points from you in World Cup qualifiers. I think you're going to get a little more angry with us as we continue on here. But I wish you guys luck tonight as well, because you're going to need those 3 points, especially if you want Greg to keep his job. Who do you think is the best Canadian coach ever currently? It's a debate. I mean, in my lifetime, and I say my lifetime when I started watching, Herdman's the best. But I mean, remember, we won a Gold Cup in 2000, which was a really impressive victory. We've been to World Cups before. I don't know how to properly rate those coaches. I don't. In my lifetime, in my opinion, Herdman's the best. And I don't know if it's even that close. Coach before him was pretty good. Don't get me wrong. Herdman does have a lot more talent, but there's something just watching this group getting better and better and just living up to the hype that should be there. And I don't know. He's answered his critics, in my opinion. Take the M out of Marsh and it'll become in German. That's the game, ladies and gentlemen. That's the game. 3-0 for the Canadian men's national team. That's a huge win. Drop a W in the chat, guys. That's huge. It's huge. Really impressive performance right from the off. Now I got to go keep an eye on the Mexico and Panama game, but LOL, love it, bro. I'll always pay for Sid the kid's retirement. There you go. Put it in the bank from Kelly. Well, the Canadians should be happy tonight. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. That was a really, really important, really important 3 points. I'm more relieved than anything else, I guess, is a way to put it. Just because I wasn't, you always had those question marks about how we were gonna do. You never know, but we'll have to see, guys. We'll have to see. We're gonna round it up for there today, guys. Huge shout out to the Canadians national team. I'm just happy. We're gonna get our 5 takeaway videos out for you guys as well. So all the Canadians, all the Canucks out there, enjoy the night. It was a very well earned victory. It was. Kelly it was masterful from the first second to the 93rd in 1 second. Great job, Canada. Keep it going. Let's see how the other games fold up, guys. But if you are still with us, wrapping it up for today, be sure to drop a like on your way out. Get it close to 150 as you possibly can. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, haven't done so. And hopefully you Canadians enjoy it tonight, and we'll go keep an eye on some of the other games. Thanks for tuning in, friends. Thanks for everyone who donated, became a member, all that fun stuff. Cheers, and we'll talk to you soon.